It's time to start the only way we know how, with the warm-up. Brought to you from our friends at Brick & Barrel. With a wonderful family atmosphere, Brick & Barrel has a beautiful beer garden and is just the place to take in a game or celebrate after. Brick & Barrel, 155 Joyner Parkway in Lincoln. The way you warm up is the way you perform. So to be the best, you gotta warm up with the best. So warm up with us as we sit down with a member of the Potters coaching staff to talk all things Potters. It's time to get loose and warm up right here on Stones Radio Networks.
And welcome to the warm-up. Mark the Phantom Low here with my partner, the great Stones McCoy. And Stones, you're my guest today on the pregame show.
All right.
We have the Walnut Creek Crawdads coming in. The first time we've seen them this year, and it's kind of a familiar situation. Again, we're both behind Healdsburg fighting for that second place.
Yeah, it's Healdsburg and then everybody else like last year and the year before, and I think maybe even the year before that. It's tough, you know, when you have a team like Healdsburg as good as they are. It's tough to get over on them. So here we are, Walnut Creek. Potter's going to be fighting for second place right now.
Yeah, second place right now. They're 5-3. We're 7-5. So obviously the Potters have played a couple more league games than most other teams. Now you were on the road with the Potters. They lost 4 to Healdsburg and then came back and won 2 here at home late last week against the Mudcats. But you went on the road, a doubleheader down in Fairfield, and the Potters came out on top in both those games.
Yeah, absolutely. Game one was a nice quick game actually. Both of them were relatively quick,
yes.
7-inning games. But the first one, the Potters got started early, and that's what we talk about quite a bit with the Potters is getting offensively getting started early, and they did that in that game, and that really did carry them through that 7-inning game. Game two was a little bit more dicey, if you will. Again, they started early, and that's what we really want to see, but they allowed the Mudcats to strike back early, and that was something of a bit of concern because the Potters tend to, once they get down, they have a hard time scraping back. They did so in this game, and they were able to pull it out. I believe it was a 9-5 victory.
Well, one thing I noticed from the box score, and correct me if I got the wrong numbers here, but it looked like the Potters played both of those games on Sunday without committing an error.
Yes.
And we've talked about that a lot right here on the post and the pregame shows as far as defense, how important it is.
Defense was really, really nice. Luke Lavin, I believe, caught both of those games, or was at least in both of those games. He did a tremendous job, and I can't say enough about Luke Lavin, and I don't think we talk about him enough here.
Well, just a young kid. We can't get his head too big.
Absolutely, but he does a tremendous job behind the dish, keeping those pitchers that are on the mound confident that they can throw whatever they want up there, that he's going to stop that. And that's a big part of some of the errors that the Potters have committed so far in the season. They're not happening behind the dish. They're happening out on the field.
Well, then behind the dish, the other game, the second game, you saw the debut of a new Potter, Mr. Nolan Wilson, who kind of did that thing that we've done in the past with J.C. Santini and some others. He made a big splash, although it was on the road.
He started right out, and I was scrambling because all I had was a last name, and nobody near me
nobody knew who this guy was.
Knew his first name, so I'm scrambling, and great thing that the honorary mayor of Lincoln, Ray Garcia, was listening to the broadcast. He shot me a text, gave me the information. Nolan Wilson, Roseville, California, UNR product. He steps up, and boy, I've got a great shot, and I will share it with the audience eventually.
Fantastic.
But I have a great shot of his home run. It was a moon shot. And it's just that's how you you become indelible to the Lincoln Potters.
Yeah, and we get new guys, and we have a kid today, Luke Odden, who's joining the team as well, and Brandon Forster's brother Garrett's going to report pretty soon. But for the most part, teams are kind of settling into what they have. So this will be interesting tonight when the Potters match up with the Crawdads. Kind of a what they call a yardstick game, trying to figure out where we are.
Oh, absolutely. No, the Crawdads, and this is by their own broadcasters, said they really haven't played anybody of substance yet.
Well,
so they really haven't gotten to test themselves. So I know that they're coming in here with a little chip on their shoulder, wanting to make sure they're up for the CCL North, test this year. The Potters, on the other hand, they've played a lot of tough games, so they know they can't take anything off, and so they're going to be coming out here with a fight. So I expect them to go back and forth tonight. This is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, a lot of familiar names on Crawdads. So Potters and Crawdads tonight, 6:35 first pitch. We'll be here for all of it. Stones McCoy and myself, and Engineer Riley, of course. And then Thursday we're back at McBean Stadium. That's your warm up for today. We're back with more pregame right after this on the Stones Radio Networks.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadium. 33 action-packed home games loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Here's a quick look back at Potter seasons past.
And a balk in this inning. And we're still not done. 3-3, Potters and Marshalls. Mateo Lake for his first at bat. Coming in for Mason Holt. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball's hit deep to right field. That ball is gone! A home run, Mateo Lake. The Potters. A big home run by Mateo Lake, a 3-run shot. The Potters. 2 balls, no strikes on Brando. Just getting started here. Good crowd out here. Entertained by a national anthem rendition that was tremendous. And here's the 2-0. Hit high to left field. Look up, look up, look out. That's out of here. Jason Brando about 50 feet over the fence in left field. And the Potters are on the board early. They didn't wait 6 2/3 for this one. A 2-run home run by Jason Brando. DH today for the Potters. Line drive left center field, and it doesn't look like anybody's going to get to that one. It'll go all the way to the fence, and it is out of here. That's out of here. A grand slam home run by Brandon Motherall on a line drive that just kept on going. And that makes it 19-2 and a fine, fine line drive by Brandon Motherall. By Dimitri Perry, and here is Johnson. Right back up the middle into center field for a base hit. Pantlick rounds third. The throw's going to come into the plate. It is applied. The tag applied, and he is safe at the plate. Safe at the plate. Not agreeing with that is Andrew Sloan, who thought he had the tag and thought the runner did not tag home plate. But he is called safe at the plate, so it's an RBI. Still looking for the first hit, their first hit, the Potters, with 2 outs here in the second. Here's the pitch. Hit well to left center field, and I mean really well. Davis goes back, looks up, forget about that one. Welcome to Lincoln, Andrew Sloan, a home run for Andrew Sloan. And that went to that left center field where all the home runs are going, and I saw that one clearly, and that one was out of here. So Andrew Sloan making a lot of new friends here in Lincoln, California. The pitch. Motherall hits it high and deep to right field. Going back is Cook. He looks up, and it is gone. Brandon Motherall is making this a habit. A 3-run home run, and the Potters grab a 4-2 lead. That's at first Lazard and at third Gutierrez. 1-0. Line drive. That's a fair ball inside first base line over the first baseman's head. 1 run scores. Lazard rounding third. Ball's in the corner. Isaiah says, I'm going for it. The throw comes in. It's going to be held up. That's a triple for Reese Ragat's 2-run scorer, and the Potters lead this one 6-2.
Coming up, Potters Baseball on Stones Radio Networks. Here's a quick look back at Potters seasons past.
0-1 is a breaking ball hit really well to right field. Cook goes back. Forget about that one. Reese Ragatz comes through. A big 3-run home run. Ragatz doing it for the Potters finally, and the Potters lead this one 15-11. Jumped on the curveball and just rode. That ball is. Gaspar's going back, still going back, still going back. He reaches up, and that one is out of here. A 2-run home run for Brandon Motherall. Line drive, center field, hit very well. Barnes goes back, still going back. He's not going to get it. It's down. 1 run scores. Here comes Roselle around third. They're going to send him as well. The throw's coming in. Cut off. It's a 2-run triple for Zach Chamiso. Breaking ball is hit well to left field. It is gone. A home run by Clayton Coates, and he really turned on that one. That ball is way out of here. I mean, way out of here. A home run for Trey Fleury, number 2. And I think Trey has made a statement, and that statement is, I want to be the post-game guest on the Lincoln Potters broadcast on the Stones Radio Network. That ball's hit high. It is hit far. It is gone. A 3-run home run by J.T. Walden. High fly ball. That's well hit to left field. Brum goes back. Still going back. Reaches up. That ball is out of here. Brennan Roselle, the Fighting Zebra alum, pounds one to left field. The Potters lead this one 12-3. And somehow he's got the flag too.
Potters fans, Potter up.
Hello and welcome to McBean Stadium in Lincoln, California for another exciting night of Lincoln Potters baseball. I'm Mark the Phantom Lowe alongside my partner, the great Stones McCoy, and engineer Riley. And tonight we bring you the first meeting of the summer between CCL rivals the hometown Lincoln Potters and the visiting Walnut Creek Crawdads. The teams are neck and neck for number 2 in the CCL North behind Healdsburg, with Lincoln coming off an impressive 4-game sweep with the Solano Mudcats, while the Crawdads took 3 of 4 from Sonoma last weekend, setting the stage for this lone matchup until the teams close the season with 6 games in the final 2 weeks. Bragging rights in second place are on the table, and we'll start off with our first pitch right after this short break on the Stones Radio Network.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis, or call 916-259-2739.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait to get the care they need. And thanks to generous donors, partners, and fundraisers like you, we don't have to. Please give wherever you see the Miracle Balloon, and thank you for supporting CMN at UC Davis.
Welcome back, Olympia's 5th grade orchestra.
Perhaps there's no place like your home because you made it so at RC Willey.
And welcome into McBean Stadium in lovely Lincoln, California. The last strains of the Star Spangled Banner. Asia Haggerty out of Sierra College doing the honors. A wonderful job by that young lady to get us started here. We've got a CCL matchup tonight between the Potters and the visiting Walnut Creek Crawdads. And both of them a virtual tie for second place in the CCL right now behind Healdsburg, and some familiar names in the Crawdads lineup, which starts off with Ryan Ellis, the second baseman, Casey Cummings, the center fielder, and Ryan Brahm, the first baseman. Two of those, both Ryans, very familiar to Potter fans as they've been on the Crawdads for a couple of seasons. Matt King batting cleanup, Joey Donnelly hitting fifth and playing left field. Tyson Pointer is in right field. Brian DeRoth, the designated hitter. Sam Gilliam behind the plate, and Cameron Calvillo is the shortstop with youngster Jackson Flora on the mound for the Crawdads. It's John Alkire for the Potters, the Folsom native, Charleston Southern University. 7 2/3 innings pitched on the season. 0-1 record, 5.87 ERA, 6 strikeouts, and 6 base on balls as he is warming up here on a Tuesday night, a 2 for Tuesday as it were. Loomis Basin products are the beneficiaries of the 50% off. So hopefully we've got some fans. There's a couple of fans already enjoying that. Engineer Riley is to my left. Stones McCoy, the magic man, I think he went off to make sure the TV in the bar worked well. I think that's where he went, the Brick and Barrel backyard, because there's a TV up there now. It's like a sports bar, and he took some of his personal, I don't know if you say accessories or whatever, down there to make sure that everything's working well. So you can go down to the Brick and Barrel backyard and sit in there and get yourself a brewski if that's your want, and sit there and watch the ball game without actually watching the ball game, just like on the fancy stadiums where you can go up to the stadium club and all that and watch the game on the TVs. Well, this is a little toned down version of that, but Stones McCoy's making sure that is working right, because he can't be confined to just one job. He's got to go out, engineering the baseball game, announcing the games on the road. He's got to get more and more stuff like building the seats or going down and making sure the television, the Brick and Barrel backyard, is working properly. But that's part of what we provide here at the Stones Radio Networks, Incorporated. So we can do all kinds of other things, and that falls under the purview. John Alkire finishing up his warm-up tosses. Potters here tonight against the CCL rivals, the Crawdads. This will be the only league game for a couple days for the Potters, as they will come back on Thursday, Thirsty Thursday, of course, against the Merchants, the Bay Area Merchants. Then there's a couple of games against the West Coast Kings before the Potters take on the East Bay Admirals, who are an affiliate of the CCL. They'll go to visit the Admirals for a doubleheader on Sunday before coming back here next Tuesday, when we will entertain the Sonoma Stompers. A 3-game series. 2 of them will be here at McBean Stadium. So we're ready to get going. Ryan Ellis coming up to the plate. John Alkire has finished up his warm-up tosses. The TV in the Brick and Barrel backyard is working, and the guy in front of me has 2 hot dogs. We're ready to play some baseball, Riley. I'll tell you. Let's go. Ellis is great this season so far. 476 with 6 runs batted in. The left-handed hitter out of Mountain Ridge, Arizona, and St. Mary's College takes strike 1 from John Alkire. 87 miles an hour for John. His next pitch is inside for a ball. I was kind of hoping we get an 0-2 count to start us off, but I did not get that, so we'll have to go back to the drawing board. Casey Cummings to follow as we open up this one. A very nice night out here for baseball. That one just outside to Ryan Ellis. Playing second base for the Crawdads. Crawdads 5-3 in conference play. Potters are 7-5. as they have almost reached the 1/3 mark of their schedule. Here's the pitch. It's down in the dirt, 3-1. So the first pitch is over to Ryan Ellis for a strike. The next three missed the strike zone, and quickly Alkire is in a hole, 3-1. Mentioned he had 6 base on balls issued in 7 2/3 innings prior to tonight. From the windup, and that is inside ball 4. So Ellis will go down to first base with nobody out. Here's Casey Cummings out of Danville, California, goes to Chabot College, headed, according to the broadcast crew for the Crawdads, headed to the University of Texas next year. So pretty good stuff for Casey Cummings, who has 2 home runs and has driven in 3 with a .238 average so far for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Good lead by Ellis. He dances off. Here's the pitch. It is outside. Nice block by the Potters. Let's look at that defensive alignment for your Lincoln Potters here on a Tuesday night at McBean Stadium. Behind the plate, Nolan Wilson. Out in left field, Tyler Garrity. Chase Jans is in center. Ben Higdon in right. Herrera, Forrester, Auden, and Olson around the infield. And Zach Chimiso is our DH tonight. And there goes Ellis. The pitch is high. The throw is not even going to be made by Nolan Wilson. Ellis with a tremendous jump is at second base with nobody out, and I believe a 2-ball and no strike count. So 6 straight balls after the first strike for John Alkire in this one. Ryan Brome on deck. Here's the 2-0 to Cummings. There goes Ellis dancing off second. He doesn't go. Swing and a miss by Cummings. 2 balls and 1 strike to Casey, a right-handed hitter against the right-hander John Alkire. So Ryan Brome on deck. He's hitting at .250 with a home run and 6 runs batted in. So Ellis again, without really anybody shouting him. Luke Auden is kind of moving over a little bit now, trying to keep him close. There goes Ellis again. The pitch is high. The throw by Wilson's on a hop. It's going to get through third base, and here comes Ryan Ellis. He will score easily on the wild throw. So Ellis, the key to that, he got the incredibly good jump. And there's going to be an error. So a walk, a stolen base, another stolen base, and a throwing error. And the Crawdads have put the first run up on the board here in the top of the first. 3 balls and 1 strike on Casey Cummings. And again, Ellis with a tremendous jump to steal second and third. That's hit high up in the air to left field, and that will be out of play over by the grassy knoll. Probably a little further than the grassy knoll out there. Sierra College night here at the McBean Stadium. The VIP area is full of Sierra College personnel. The president threw out the first pitch, a tremendous job. 3-2 pitches low and outside, so the second straight base on balls given up by Alkire, and that'll bring up Ryan Brome. Ryan, a veteran of the Crawdads, a familiar face here at McBean Stadium. Right-handed hitter out of Katy, Texas, and Texas Tech, although the talk is that he is in the transfer portal. Left-hand hitter playing at first base tonight for the Crawdads. Let's see if Cummings tries to get the same jump that Ellis did to get a lead off first base as Alkire comes set, comes to the plate. Brome swings and misses for a strike. Good-looking pitch by Alkire at 87 miles an hour. The Crawdads already up on the board here in the first inning. Nobody out. Couple of walks, couple of stolen bases, and a throwing error. So Cummings with a pretty decent lead over at first base. That one is down low. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike on Ryan Brome. Matt King, the third baseman, to follow. Matt with just 10 at-bats on the summer, but already 5 runs batted in. So Cummings creeping off a little bit further over there at first base. 1-1 pitch coming. They're going to throw over and try to keep Cummings a little bit close as Justin Olson doesn't even try the tag at first base. Newcomer Luke Auden is out at second base. Forrester and Herrera round out the infield for the Potters. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cummings with that lead, he goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. Wilson throws a little bit high. That goes out into center field, but not being able to advance is Cummings as Chase Dans comes in to back the throw up. Would not have had the runner. It was clearly a stolen base. And so Cummings now is at second base. Brome with a 1 ball and 2 strike count here. Willie Preston, the best in the business, tries to get his Potter fans to Potter up. Usually that's accompanied by some cowbells, but I didn't hear any that time. We have a time call by the home plate umpire, as Cummings is trying to dance off second base the way that Ryan Ellis did. Brandon Forrester moving in from the shortstop position, trying to keep him close with the left-hand hitting Brome at the plate. Alkire checks second base. 1-2 pitch. Sails outside, 2-2. 2-2 on Ryan Brome. Potter fans still moving in. Got some shaved ice working down there. A nice, healthy dose of shaved ice. 2-2 coming up. High fly ball center field. Jans is giving ground a little bit. He has a beat on it now in deep left center. A tag is made, and he will get in there. The throw is made, but it is too late. I would check second base to see if he left a little early, but that's just me. And Cummings moves over to third base. It's a fly out, well-hit ball by Ryan Brome. But he is retired, and now Matt King is at the plate with the runner at third base. Now just 90 feet away is Casey Cummings. Matt King, 3 for 10 on the year, 305 runs batted in from University of Texas at San Antonio. Right-handed hitting third baseman against John Alkire. Potter's infield is back. Here's the pitch. This misses outside. Breaking ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Joey Donnelly, a familiar face to Potter fans over the years against the Crawdads. He is on deck, left-handed hitting left fielder. Coming down from third is Cummings. That's hit sharply down the third base line, but it's foul in between the runner and the third base coach, who wisely did not stick his foot out or stick his hand down. He just let it go because it was hit a little hard down there. Not going to make that play barehanded. 1 ball, 1 strike on Matt King. Just getting started here. Already a run across for the Crawdads. They have 2 walks and 3 stolen bases. Breaking ball is lined into left field. Giving chase is Garrity, and he's not going to get there. It'll be an RBI going around first, and going into second base is Matt King with the RBI double, and the Crawdads lead this one now 2-0. First hit of the inning. Second run as Garrity tried to run it down. It was pretty close to the left field line, and King gets himself his 6th run batted in of the season, so only 11 at-bats now and 6 runs batted in. Here's Joey Donnelly. Joey out of Alamo, California, and the University of California at Berkeley, left-handed hitter. 235 on the summer, 1 home run and 3 runs batted in as Brandon Forrester goes in to talk to John Alkire. Left-handed hitter against Alkire. Trying to keep King close is Forrester, and that was fouled out of play. Ball right down the middle. Again, at about 87 miles an hour from Alkire, out of Folsom, California. Tyson Pointer on deck, the right fielder for the Crawdads. Forrester comes in behind the runner. Here's the pitch. It is missing somewhere. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 to Donnelly. King out at second base after the RBI double. Knocked in the second run here in the top of the first. Forrester moves in behind the runner. Breaking ball's in the dirt. Nice block by Nolan Wilson. Forrester timed that one perfectly for a pickoff attempt, but Alkire did not recognize it and came to the plate. And then, of course, they haven't played together, so they're not going to really have their signals straight as far as pickoffs are concerned. So now 2 balls and 1 strike on Joey Donnelly. Forrester dances in again. Here's Alkire to the plate. Swing and a miss. Took something off that one at 80 miles an hour to even the count up against Joey Donnelly. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 for Tuesday today. It's a Thirsty Thursday on Thursday. And then we got some special stuff coming up over the weekend. Aloha Day on Friday, so I'm breaking out my Potter's Hawaiian shirt for that one. Here's the 2-2. Misses outside, ball 3. And then on Saturday, it's Piper's birthday. Piper the Peacock will make an appearance here very soon. It's his birthday, lots of special guests coming in, lots of special events and everything, so that's always a tremendous day. Exclusive merchandise, a beach hat giveaway, which is fantastic. I always use those all the time when working in the yard and stuff, which I'm old, so I do all the time. 3-2 pitch is hit sharply up the middle. That's dived by Forrester, but it's into center field. Rounding third is King. The throw from Chase Jans is going to be cut off by Olson, and the run scores, making it 3-0 in favor of the Crawdads. Donnelly gets the run batted in, his fourth. King scoring easily. Donnelly stayed at first as Olson correctly cut off the throw. We're going to have a meeting at the mound. Brock Raggets is going to come out and talk to John Alkire. So we'll step away for just a second. Still in the top of the first, and the Crawdads have scored 3. Meeting is over. We're ready to go back to the action as Tyson Pointer comes to the plate. And as we mentioned, happy birthday to the most famous Peacock Piper. Come and celebrate with him and other mascots versus the West Coast Kings. That is Saturday night at 6:35 right here at McBean Stadium. First pitch is in there for a strike to Tyson Pointer. Tyson from University of Texas at Arlington, UTA. So Donnelly at first base, 3 runs in for the Crawdads. Swing and a miss, 0-2. I believe that Tyson Pointer is the dueling dogs batter, which means if he strikes out, it's half off of dueling dogs for the rest of the inning too. 0-2 coming up from Alkire. Line drive left field coming on and making the catch. It looked like it's Garrity. No, he went by him all the way to the wall. He lost it in the sun the way I lost it with him. And coming around third is Donnelly, and going back to second base is Pointer. So Garrity looked like he had a beat on that one. It looked like he made the play, and then he just stood there because probably disgusted he didn't get it. And Donnelly is in at third base. So we talk about the left field sun all the time here at McBean, but that one really reached up and bit the Potters as Garrity had a beat on it and just obviously just lost it in the sun. Thankfully, it didn't hit him and had to run back to the fence and retrieve it. So it goes to a double on for Pointer, and that brings up Brian Duroff. Left-handed pitcher working in the Potters' pen. It's Gabe Maya. Duroff, who has been good so far, 405 runs batted in. He played last year at Chabot College and hit a bunch of home runs according to the Walnut Creek broadcaster. So he is entertaining offers for play next year. The right-hander lines that one foul down the left field line. Look out there on the grassy knoll as it goes over the fans out there. It is 1 ball and 1 strike on Brian Duroff. Comes from Danville, California also. Second and third, still just 1 out of the inning. That was Ryan Brome's deep fly ball to left center field. That's chopped out towards shortstop. Forrester has it. The run will score. Forrester throws him out at first base. The 4th run scores in the person of Joey Donnelly. Ruff gets himself an RBI, his 6th of the summer, and it's 4-0 now in favor of the Crawdads. Staying at second base was Tyson Pointer, and the batter will be the catcher, Sam Gilliam. Sam is out of Dublin, California, and Sac State, California State University at Sacramento. He is the 8th batter in the inning. Right-handed hitter. Sam 353, 6 for 17 so far this summer with 3 runs batted in. He's got a runner out at second base. 2 outs now, and there goes the runner. He shows a bunt, pulls it back. Wilson's throw is just going to be a little bit too late. And a steal of third by Tyson Pointer. 4th stolen base of the inning for the Crawdads. And now Pointer is down at third base with 2 outs. And a 1 ball, I believe that was called a ball. 1 ball, no strikes on Sam Gilliam. Cameron Calvillo, the shortstop, number 9 hitter, is on deck. That's chopped foul down the third base line right to the Crawdads dugout. So it is 1-1 on Sam Gilliam. Four runs in for the Crawdads. We are in the top of the first inning. Swing and a miss, soft speed pitch from Alkire. 1-2 on Sam Gilliam. There's the cowbells. I knew they were out there somewhere. Crowd still filing in, actually, and some of them down at the Brick and Barrel backyard, which was where you spend the first inning. That's a high fly ball out towards center field, right center. Chase Jans giving chase. He's got it for the third out. 4 runs, 3 hits. They left 1. We go to the bottom of the first. The Crawdads 4. Potters coming to bat.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the first, Crawdads put up 4 in the top of the inning, and the Potters will try to catch up with the lineup that starts off with Brandon Forrester, the shortstop, then Chase Jans, the center fielder, and Nolan Wilson, the catcher, batting fourth today. Justin Olson, the first baseman. Ben Higdon hits fifth, the right fielder. Zach Chamiso's DHing today. He bats sixth. Then Luke Auden at second base, Patrick Herrera at third base, and Tyler Garrity, the left fielder. And here is Brandon Forrester against Jackson Flora, the just graduated high school senior from Pleasanton. He is committed to Loyola Marymount, but my people on the Walnut Creek broadcasting crew say he is getting some attention from major league teams, and so he may be a factor in the draft coming up. I don't know when the draft is, so I shouldn't even have started that. Probably next month. Let's just say it's next month, shall we? Bradley, what do you think? Yeah, next month sounds good. First pitch is in there for a strike. Next pitch is lined out to shortstop, and the shortstop catches it for the out. That is Cameron Calvillo at shortstop. He makes the play for the first out. Chase Jans from University of Kansas in Overland Park, Kansas, the next Potters hitter. And that is a fastball on the inside corner, which is where he's thrown all 3 pitches so far at 90 miles an hour. My people tell me he goes between 91 and 93 and tops out right around 95. That's chopped foul down the third base line. Mike Marjama coaching at third base tonight as JP and Cesar Tamayo are out traveling with Better Baseball back at Williamsport. So Mike Marjama taking over down to third. We will be talking to Mike in the 6th inning tonight. That sails high over the head of Chase Jans. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Chase, hitting at .429 with 6 runs batted in for the Potters. So making a mark very quickly out here. That's outside for a ball, 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Lined right back up the middle into center field for a clean base hit. So Jans gets it started. First hit for the Potters. That brings up Nolan Wilson, who made a spectacular debut for the Potters on Sunday in the second game of the doubleheader against the Mudcats. Went 3 for 4, a home run and 2 doubles, and drove in 3 runs. So welcome to Lincoln, Mr. Nolan Wilson. He is out of Roseville, so he knows about Lincoln. Also UNR for Mr. Wilson. Justin Olson on deck. First pitch is lined right back up the middle into center field for a base hit. So 2 hits for the Potters on 90-plus mile-an-hour fastballs. So 2 hits in a row for Lincoln after a line out by Forrester, and that'll bring up Justin Olson, who has a home run. He's driven in 11 runs, and he's hitting at .333, the big left-hander from Colorado Springs, Colorado, and the University of New Mexico. He settles in. Ben Higdon to follow. Jans at second, Wilson at first. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. 0-1. Calvillo, the shortstop, is kind of crowding Chase Jans over at second with the left hand hitting Olson at the plate. Outfield is deep for Olson, who does have a home run. Another breaking pitch, and that's in there for a strike. So he went to the fastball, got a couple of singles off of it, and now he's come back with 2 off-speed pitches to Olson. He's quickly ahead 0-2 as Gabe Maya continues to throw in the Potters' pen. 0-2 on Justin Olson. Pops it up left side, and that is out of play. Matt King at third. Calvillo at short. Ryan Ellis at second. Ryan Brome over at first. Donnelly, Cummings, and Pointer in the outfield, and Sam Gilliam behind the plate, behind Jackson Flora. 0-2 to Justin Olson. That's outside for a ball. Took them off that at 83. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Olson with a big home run in the last home game. Put it over the right field fence. Drove in 4 in that game. Couple of hits. 2-2. Hits it up in the air. Short left field coming on is Donnelly. Still coming on, and that's going to drop in front of him. He picks it right away. Nice play by Donnelly. That could have gotten away from him. He was playing very deep, and that one was dumped right in front of him. So it's the 3rd straight hit for the Potters. Not hit as well as the other 2, but it still counts just as much. And the base is loaded, and here's Ben Higdon. Ben hitting at 167 with 3 runs batted in. Headed for the University of Kentucky out of Paducah, Kentucky. Another left-handed hitter. Another left-handed hitter, Zach Chamiso, on deck. Here's Flora's first pitch. The breaking ball's down low for a ball, 1-0. So Crawdads come up with 4 in their half. Potters, after first guy lines out, get 3 hits now in their half, and here's Higdon. That sails high and outside, 2-0. Marjam at first, probably the new coach, Nate Esposito, taking over at first base. That swung on and missed. Good cut by Ben Higdon, 90 miles an hour. And he got a good swing at it and was just a little behind it. So it's 2-1 on Ben. Flora working quickly out there on the mound from the windup with the bases loaded. Sails that one high and outside. So it's 3-1 on Ben Higdon. And the Cowbells getting a little life here for the Potter fans as the crowd has really filled in nicely here on a Tuesday night. Here's the 3-1. That's popped out of play by Ben. 3-2. Zach Chamiso to follow for the Potters. Flora again from the windup with the bases loaded, 3-2. High in the air, center field and deep. Going back is Cummings. He's going to catch it in left center. Everybody's going to tag. The throw will come into third, and the Potters have their first run on a sacrifice fly by Ben Higdon. Higdon hit it very well. Wilson tags and goes to third, so first and third, 2 outs now, and Zach Chamiso coming to the plate. Higdon's 4th run batted into the summer. Potters put 1 up on the board. They still trail it 4-1, and now runners at first and third with Chamiso at the plate. 289 for Zach. He has 3 runs batted in on the summer. Out of Lincoln High and Sierra College. First one's low and outside. Nice block by Sam Gilliam, keeping that one from going back to the screen. Chamiso headed to University of California at Riverside. He's up here with a 1-0 count now. Flora in the stretch. High fly ball left field. Donnelly has it beat on that one, still coming in on it. Reaches up and makes the catch. So the Potters load the bases and get one. We go to the second. It's the Crawdads 4, Potters 1.
Being in the market for a new home comes with more than just buying a property. It is finding the right house in the right neighborhood in the right community. Since 2005, Lori, with Frey & Associates Real Estate, has lived and worked as a real estate broker in Lincoln. She is passionate about local organizations and volunteers with them as well.
She's knowledgeable, she asks a lot of questions, she gets things done.
We still learn a lot from Lori. And she's very helpful, very positive, and has been wonderful broker.
We at Frey & Associates are your local hometown realtor, and we are here for you.
Welcome back, Olympia's 5th grade orchestra.
Perhaps there's no place like your home because you made it so at RC Willey.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
New pitcher for the Potters is Gabe Maya, the left-hander out of Loyola Marymount University, coming on in relief of John Alkire after the first inning. So Maya will face 9-1-2. It's Gabe's third appearance of the season. He started one game, 7 innings, 6 hits, and 4 runs. 3 of those were earned. Has a 1-1 record. 3.38 ERA for Gabe. 3.86 ERA. I was looking at the wrong line. So he'll face Cameron Calvillo, and then the top of the order, Ryan Ellis and Casey Cummings for the Crawdads, who are ahead of this one 4-1. Potters got the bases loaded with 1 out. Higdon, a long sacrifice fly, but then Chamiso retired on the fly ball to left field. So just 1 run for the Potters against Jackson, Florida. And here comes Cameron Calvillo, who's hitting at .409 on the summer, out of Alameda, California. Headed to Gonzaga University from Maloney College. So a couple of junior college players, community college players on the Crawdads this summer, headed to big universities. So here's Maya's first pitch, the left-hander. Show bunts it up in the air. It's going to be foul, I think, as Maya gives chase, but it bounces fair and then goes foul. Picked up over there by Patrick Herrera, who looks at Gabe as if to say, why the fuss? It was going foul all the time. And so, but when a pitcher comes in, he's got a lot of energy. So he's going after that one. Gabriel tried to bunt that one a little bit high. So it's 0-1 on Cameron. 4 runs batted in, 409 on the summer for the Alameda product. Herrera comes in a little bit at third as Maya from the stretch. Fastball's popped up right side. Justin Olson's going to call for it right behind first base and make the catch for the first out. So 1 out. Here's Ryan Ellis, who walked in the top of the first to start the game and start the problem for the Potters as the Crawdads ended up scoring 4 runs in the inning. Had 2 stolen bases after that and scored on an errant throw from Nolan Wilson down to third. Left-handed hitter out of St. Mary's University, batting .476 on the summer with 6 runs batted in. Maya's first pitch is a big sweeping breaking ball. It's outside. 1-0. Casey Cummings to follow, the number 2 hitter in the Crawdad order. That's inside, moves Ellis away, almost hit him. 2 balls and no strikes. Gabe Maya at 6'2", out of El Dorado Hills, and Loyola Marymount University are headed there next year. 2-0 on Ellis, who hasn't seen one strike in 2 at-bats. That one's hit sharp, slowly right back up the middle. It's going to be a tough play at second as they throw it to first, and Ellis beats it out. The throw from Luke Oden got past but bounced off the dugout, and Ellis will stay at first base. An infield hit for Ryan Ellis. 4th hit of the day for the Crawdads, and that'll bring up Casey Cummings. And let's see if Maya, the left-hander, can hold on Ellis at first base a little bit better than Alkire was able to do back in the first inning. Here's Cummings, 238, 2 home runs, 3 runs batted in. He also walked and scored back in the first inning. A slow roller by Ellis, an infield single. Maya's first pitch is in there for a call strike. Riley, the engineer, was remarking this umpire seems to like the inside corner, because Riley, the engineer, notices things like that. He should be doing his job, but he's watching the umpire. I don't know what he's doing. All right, he's doing his job. 0-1. Ellis comes up. There's the pitch. Looked like it caught the outside corner. It did not. 1 ball and 1 strike, and Riley just throws his hands up. See, I told you. Engineer/umpire. That's a tremendous job. You can engineer the game and also call balls and strikes. So let's see if Ellis has timed Gabe Maya as he dances off first a little bit. Here's the 1-1. Line drive left field. Garrity's going back. He's still going back, reaches up, and he can't. He got it. He got it. The throw comes in. To first base, relay, double play. Garrity with an unbelievable catch that no one, including me, thought he caught because he was flying away. He jumps up, sticks the ball up in the air, gets it into the second baseman, Auden, who throws to first for the double play. What a play by the Potters, and that ends the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the inning. Potters trail 4-1.
Old Town Pizza, a proud sponsor of your Potters baseball, will deliver you a slice that you won't soon forget. Come see why they've been voted the best of the best 12 straight years. Visit otpizza.net to get yours today. But don't take it from me.
I think Old Town Pizza should be expanded through the state or even through the country because it's so delicious.
Placer Valley Tourism. Our mission is to increase the health of the hotel industry through occupancy and average daily rate in Roseville, Rockland, and Lincoln. Proud partner of the Potters in the 2023 West Coast World Series Tournament from August 8th to 11th.
Lincoln Potters baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Piper, how did Piper do, Raleigh? I didn't see. It's so kind of like usual, middle of the pack. What was the average age of the participant? Oh, it was quite small, quite young. Well, that's the thing about Piper. He can lose races to anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. He can lose races to anybody. So Piper loses another race. But remember, on Saturday, it's Piper's birthday. And on Piper's birthday, people tend to favor Piper a little bit, and he'll have some mascot buddies. I think Dinger's going to be here. Also, Crash is going to be here. Zeus from the Fighting Zebras of Lincoln will be here. And I think the Whitney High mascot also will be here. So it'll, kind of a mascot party. And Piper's usually, as I found out, Riley, a couple of days ago, on your birthday, no matter how much what people think about you, they go ahead and treat you well. So Piper will have a nice day on Saturday. That was not a particularly good race. It wasn't the fact that he came in the middle of the pack, but, again, the contestants were quite little. And sometimes you got to do a little bit of better job. As the Potters do, as they're trailing at 4-1, and they come up in the second inning after Tyler Garrity's frankly amazing, frankly unbelievable catch as he caught the ball going away from the plate and somehow was suspended in midair or something and made the catch, held the ball up, and my eyes just went to the on-field umpire, and he had the arm up in the air. Although he had the arm up in the air like he couldn't believe it either. So I don't feel so bad about that one. But a great play by Tyler Garrity, and the Potters come to the plate. Here's Luke Auden, the new guy, a left-handed hitting second baseman. That one is inside and almost hit Luke from Jackson, Florida, out for his second inning of work. Gave up a run on 3 hits in the first. So Auden settling in, the left-handed hitter, making his Potters debut. Swings and misses at a fastball at 90 miles an hour from Jackson, Florida. Again, just graduated senior, headed to Loyola Marymount, if not drafted by Major League Baseball. That's inside, 2-1, although I had to wait because he likes the inside corner, so you got to watch out. Luke's followed by Patrick Herrera and then Tyler Garrity, the defensive hero of the day. 2-1 pitch. Inside again. That almost hit him again. 3-1. That might have hit the umpire. Hit somebody. 3 balls and 1 strike, and the umpire's going to walk that one off as Mike Marjama comes down to pretend like he's commiserating with him in true baseball fashion. Oh, you okay, Blue? You all right? Yeah. Remember who asked how you were. It was us, okay? Just remember who was concerned about your well-being. It's all a game. 3-1. That's ball 4. So Auden gets a base on balls in his first at bat as a Potter, and that brings up Patrick Herrera. Hitting at .286 is Patrick Herrera out of Mesa, Arizona, University of Kentucky. Checks out with Coach Mike Marjama. Patrick just 2 for 7 so far, so hasn't had a lot of at-bats. Throw over to first base, and getting back is Luke Auden. So not a lot of at-bats for Patrick so far, just joining the team during the series against the Mudcats, I believe. Here's the pitch. That is a fastball on the inside corner, Riley. There you go. Looked like a pretty good pitch. 89 miles an hour from Jackson, Florida. I don't want to betray us, Riley, but it looked like a pretty good pitch. I can't, 0-1. Okay, you're right. It was terrible. Breaking ball, that is down low for a ball, 1-1. I would have got mad about that one. Okay. I mean, the other one was all right. Auden at first base, Flora with a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Patrick Herrera with the number 9 hitter Tyler Garrity, the Mr. Fantastic. That's outside for a ball. Or Plastic Man, the one that could stretch out. Was that Plastic Man or Mr. I think they both could. I think Mr. Fantastic could, and I think the Plastic Man could. So there you go. 2-1. And Inspector Gadget, too. That's in the dirt, 3-1. I think maybe Inspector Gadget's the one who can make his arms, go Gadget arms or whatever. Riley, you're being no help because you weren't born yet, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so corroborating my story. I like that. My favorite engineer, Riley. Throw over to first base, and the runner is back in as the throw in the dirt dug out over there by Ryan Brome. 3-1 now on Patrick Herrera. Right-handed hitter out of Mesa, Arizona. Here's Flores' 3-1 pitch. That's inside, ball 4. And that was 2 inside even for the inside strike. So Potters gave up 2 walks to open the game to the Mudcats, and now they're getting paid back here on the top of the second. There's a walk to Auden and a walk to Herrera, and Tyler Garrity coming to the plate, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound, so we'll step away for just a second here. We're at bottom of the second, and the Potters trail 4-1. Particularly long meeting at the mound for the Mudcats, and Mike Marjama takes advantage to go chat with the umpire, probably to ask him how he's feeling, to pretend he's, hey, how you doing, Blue? How's it going? Yeah. Hey, good calls on those last 2 batters. You hear what Riley was saying about the inside calls? I'm sure he didn't say that. Here's Tyler Garrity, the Miracle Man, 265, 5 runs batted in. He's out of Seneca, California, which I've never heard of, and also the University of Kansas, which I have. So 1 for 2, not bad. Up here with nobody out, top of the order, Brandon Forrester to follow. Activity in the bullpen for the Mudcats. Potters have already made a pitching change. Here's the pitch on the way to Garrity. He takes it outside for a ball. Real nice stop back there by Sam Gilliam, who's done that a couple of times so far. 1-0 on Tyler. Had 2 hits in the game, the second game on Sunday against the Mudcats. That's a fastball right down the middle. No disagreement with that one, Blue. 1-1. Auden at second, Herrera at first, both the beneficiaries of the base on balls. And here is the 1-1 to Garrity. That's down low for a ball, 2-1. Looks down to Mike Margin at third base. Mike Leibel, I don't think he wants him to go. Obviously, he wants him to swing, but be selective. It's my guess anyway. 2-1 coming up. Fastball, outside corner, call strike 2. 2-2. Good pitch at 91 by Jackson Flora on that one. So 2-2 on Garrity, hitting in the number 9 spot for the Potters tonight. On a 2 for Tuesday, I got to mention that as much as possible. 2-2 coming up to Garrity. Swing and a miss to the breaking ball. So Flora gets his first strikeout of the game. It's a strikeout of Garrity with 2 on. And that'll bring up Brandon Forrester, who lined out to shortstop his first time up. Brandon out of Fair Oaks, California, Oregon State University. Quickly come in and establish himself as a spark plug at the top of the Potters order and out at shortstop. So he is up here in a situation where he can bring his Potters much closer here, close the gap, the 3-run gap right now, 4-1 for the Crawdads. Breaking ball on the inside corner, called strike, 0-1. Right-handed hitting Forrester. Chase Jans on deck, who has a single to his name today. Oh, 1 coming up. There goes, no, it's a bluff, and the ball's in the dirt. Looks like Jack White is warming up, number 37 for the Crawdads out in the pen. 1-1. Forrester chops one out towards shortstop. It's going to be a tough play. You're going to have to go to third. No, there's no play for Calvillo. That third would have been his only play. And fortunately for the Potters, Auden got a very good jump on the pitch, and he will be safe at third. It's an infield single for Forrester. The Potters get their 4th hit. They now have the bases loaded with just 1 out. And here's Chase Jans, who's been one of the hottest Potters hitters so far in a limited time that Chase has been here. Chase was 12 for 28 before his first time up today, and he got a base hit that time. So he is 1 for 1, scored the run for the Potters in the first. Breaking ball right in there for a strike. So Flora found the breaking ball. With the last 2 hitters, he's thrown it for a couple of strikes. He works from the windup, infield in on the corners for the Crawdads. Jans chops one down the third baseline, foul, and another breaking ball. So it's 0-2 quickly on Chase Jans with Nolan Wilson to follow. We're just in the bottom of the second. The Crawdads lead this one 4-1. Potters bases loaded for the second straight inning, and Chase Jans at the plate, but an 0-2 count on Chase. High fastball, 91. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Chase Jans. We're in number 11. Potters wearing the orange tops and the white pants today. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes, 91 miles an hour. Big strikeout for Flora right there. 2 outs now for the Potters, and here is Nolan Wilson, who was singled. He was 3 for 4 in his only appearance on Sunday and singled his first appearance today. So 4 for 5 so far for Nolan, up here in a big situation for the Potters. The bases loaded in 2 outs in the second. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Jackson Flora. Big breaking ball is too high. 1-0 to Nolan Wilson. Nolan out of Roseville and University of Nevada, Reno. Again, Flora with the bases loaded from the windup. Another breaking ball. That is on the inside corner for a strike. And that's that inside corner, Riley, I'll tell you. 1-1 on Nolan Wilson. Another breaking ball, and that's chopped foul at the plate by Wilson. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Forrest seems to have a little bit of better command of the breaking ball this inning, and that's helping him out, setting him up for the fastball. 1-2 on Wilson. Activity has ceased in the bullpen for the Mudcats. Breaking balls hit high up in the air to right field. Going back is Pointer. He's going to have room in right field, reaches up and makes the catch for the out. So the Potters load the bases, get nothing out of it. We go to the third. It's Walnut Creek 4, Lincoln 1.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization, and we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the third, Potters trail at 4-1. Gabe Maya on for his second inning of work. He'll face Ryan Brom, and then Matt King and Joey Donnelly, 3, 4, and 5 for the Crawdads. And I hope you saw the axe throwing between innings there on the Stones cam. Not real impressive. That's the Sierra College night out here, and Sierra College bigwigs are taking part in all the contests, so credit to them for that. But their axe throwing needs a little bit of work. If I remember correctly, last year on Sierra College night, the bat spinning in about I think that's the 6th inning or so, was very, very, very entertaining. So hopefully they'll give us a repeat performance of that. But we go to the top of the third. Ryan Brom, who flied out to deep center field his first time, will be the first hitter out of Katy, Texas, and Texas Tech University. 250 before tonight for Ryan. Left-hander against the left-hander. Gabe Maya, his first pitch is in there for a strike at 81. 1 home run for Ryan, 6 runs batted in on the summer. Said with the Crawdads not having played as many games as the Potters, just 5-3 in conference play. That's hit high up in the air, right field. Giving ground is Higdon. He has a beat on it there in deep right field and makes the catch a couple of feet in front of the warning track out there in right field. 3:14 down the line here at McBean Stadium. So Brum is retired on a fly to right. So 2 long flies for Ryan today, but nothing to show for it. And here's Matt King, who had an RBI double back in the first inning. Matt from University of Texas San Antonio. Right-hand hitter with 6 runs batted in already and just 11 at-bats. He hits that one up in the air right side. Justin Olson giving chase into the bullpen area, and he's not going to be able to catch up with it, as it will be a long foul ball, a long strike for Matt King. A little bit of a breeze out here, so ball's carrying a little bit. Brom's fly ball was a high fly ball, and Higdon had to keep giving ground, ended up near the warning track in right field before he made the catch. 0-1 on Matt King. John Alkire started with the first inning. Maya came on in the second and is now working his second inning into the third. High fastball outside. 1-1 to Matt King, Joey Donnelly to follow. Gabe works from the stretch at all times. That's fouled back to the right side again, so it's 1-2 on Matt King. Checking out the crowd here as they matriculate down the Brick and Barrel backyard. I just want to see if that TV's working that Stone's installed down there. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Big strikeout for Gabe Maya. And King goes down swinging. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Joey Donnelly, who singled in a run his first time up. So Joey is 1 for 1 with an RBI in this one. That's his 4th run batted in on the season. Left-handed hitter settles in against the left-hander Gabe Maya. Shows bunt, pulls it back. It's high for a ball, 1-0. Joey not seeming the bunt type, so I was a little taken aback by that myself. Here comes Patrick Herrera in a little bit at third base in response to the threat or the implied threat. Look out, that's inside. That might hit him. It did. So Donnelly is going to go down to first base. He reaches base for the second time tonight, this time on the hit by pitch. And that will bring up Tyson Pointer, who had a line drive to left field his first time up that Tyler Garrity lost in the sun, and it went for a double. So Tyson is 1 for 1. Came in at 0.91. So Maya delivers to Pointer. It's high and outside for a ball. Pointer, I guess, must be the dueling dogs better because I heard a lot of barking. So I guess that makes him the dueling bond. Now I've heard some full-throated barking there, too. They're not messing around with that one. Maya checks the runner. Here's the pitch. It is outside, maybe a little bit high as well. 2-0 now on Tyson Pointer. Brian Duroff on deck. There was some very angry animals hoping for a strikeout so you can get half off of dueling dogs, which is a great idea. That's fouled out of play, 2-1. I just didn't know the dogs had to get that mad about it. You know, you're already getting 50% off, Loomis Basin products because of the, 2 for Tuesday situation here, and now you're going to double down. I do commend Lincoln fans for that. That's high for a ball again, 3-1. Not particularly close there. Easy take for Tyson Pointer. Tyson from University of Texas at Arlington. I think that might have been Willie Preston augmenting the barking with some of his own. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So here we go, full count. Runner will be going. The fans will be hoping. And the Crawdads players will be, hoping that they escape the indignity of the strikeout here. Pops it up right side. I think that's going to get out of play as Justin Olson gives chase, and it over right behind the VIP section where the Sierra College bigwigs are. And we welcome them again on Sierra College night down the right field line. We're back here on Thursday for a 2 for Tuesday situation, or 2 for Tuesdays today. We're back on a Thursday. You just got to remember the days of the week. I'll be fine. That's grounded right back to Maya. Nice stab by Gabe. Throws it to first for the out. So no runs, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third. The Potters trail 4-1.
Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the third out here at McBean Stadium. Potters trailing 4-1. It'll be Justin Olson, Ben Higdon, and Zach Chamiso against Jackson Flora, who is pitching his third inning. And from what I'm told by the broadcasters from Walnut Creek, probably his last inning, as he went 3 in his last outing. The big right-hander has given up 4 hits and 1 run, got out of a bases-loaded jam back in the second. First pitch is swung on and missed by Olson, off-speed pitch. Sometimes you come to a baseball game and you don't know what you want, and then you see everybody carrying stuff around and you go, hot dogs look good today. Oh, they look really good, Riley. Olson takes outside, whether it's Fat Cat with Bill down at Fat Cat or just the Lincoln Potter hot dog people who do a great job. Just people are carrying up the dogs and they're looking really, really good. Here comes the 1-1. Olson takes inside for a ball, 2-1. Justin Higgett, 333, singled back in the first inning. Dropped one in front of the left fielder, a little bloop in front of Donnelly. Breaking ball high. 3-1 on Justin Olson. 1 home run and 11 runs batted in for the first baseman out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. That's lifted foul down the left field line, so it's 3-2 to Justin Olson. That's over the bounce house, which has its own line, as it always does, just like the Brick and Barrel backyard has their line. The bounce house has its line. They're different kind of considerations, but equally important to the Potters. 3-2 pitch coming up. Swing and a miss off speed. So third strikeout for Jackson Flora, and that'll bring up Ben Higdon, who had a sacrifice fly to center field his first time up. Hit it deep out there to center. Out of Paducah, Kentucky, and headed to the University of Kentucky. A tremendous season at the community college level for Ben this year, and he settles in here against Flora. First pitch is inside for a ball. 1-0. That one was at 89 for Jackson. This one is at 89. It's a swing and a miss by Higdon. 1-1 on Ben. Zach Chamiso to follow. Breaking ball misses outside, so it's 2-1 to Ben Higdon. Activity in the bullpen for the Crawdads. I believe it's Jack White again out there, but I'll have my people get on it. 2-1 coming up from Flora. That's down low for a ball. 3-1 gets by Sam Gilliam back to the backstop, but nobody on base, so no harm. Potters with 3 hits in the first inning, had a hit, an infield single in the second. That's lined to right field. It's deep, and it is gone. Forget that one. Ben Higdon got rid of that one. He got rid of it quick. Threw the bat to the side, and now goes around the bases as the Potters cut the lead to 4-2. That's just with authority is what that is, because he hit that one and it had the sound right away. You didn't know if it was going to stay fair, but Ben Higdon announces that one. That's his first home run of the season, and it was a beauty, and it draws the Potters within 4-2. And here's Zach Chamiso. Just a tremendous strike by Ben Higdon. The crowd's still kind of like, woo. That's just kind of a woo. Here's Chamiso. Zach takes it high for a ball. So Higdon got to a good count, a 2-1 count, and he just unloaded. That's textbook. Get your pitch and don't miss it, and he didn't. 1-0 to Zach outside, 2-0. Fourth RBI of the summer for Ben, or make that fifth. He already had one tonight. Chamiso slices that down the left field line side of play, hopefully over the grassy knoll out there, right into the grassy knoll. And quickly congregated on by the denizens of the knoll. 2-1 on Zach Chamiso. Luke Godden on deck. Breaking balls nubbed over down by the dugout of the Crawdads down the third baseline. 2-2 on Zach Chamiso, a Lincoln High School product, Sierra College product, and headed to UC Riverside. Left-hander against the right-hander Jackson Flora, who just has given up that big home run to Ben Higdon. That's fouled back to the screen by Zach. 91 miles an hour, so Flora hasn't lost much of his zip as he works in his third inning. As we said, presumably his last inning. Zach 0 for 1, flew out to left back in the first. Fastball's outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Zach Chamiso. Breaking ball outside, ball 4, and that was close. That's the third walk given up by Jackson Flora. Brings up Luke Otten, who got a walk back in the second inning, making his debut. And now we may have ourselves a pitching change as here comes the Crawdad manager. We'll step away for just a second. We're in the bottom of the third. Potters trail 4-2.
It's all you.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
It begins on the farm, where hard work breeds motivation. Care is taken under watchful eyes. With new growth comes inspiration, where playtime is mandatory. Welcome to Dueling Dogs Brewing Company. Meet the Stevens, a husband and wife who work hand in hand to craft exclusive small batch beer, mead, and cider. Using locally sourced ingredients to ensure freshness in every glass. Where a community of farmers, local artisans, and amazing food make for a truly inspired atmosphere. At the end of the day, we know the value of hard work. The families it unites, it's in the pride we take, the stories we tell, and the best friends who are cherished. Dueling Dogs Brewing Company.
Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters' 100th anniversary season. The museum is located just around the corner in Bierman Plaza in the center of the Old Historic District. Plan your visit and learn about early Lincoln history.
Welcome back, Olympia's 5th grade orchestra.
Perhaps there's no place like your home because you made it so at RC Willey.
Jack White is the new pitcher for the Crawdads. He's out of San Jose State University. The left-hander comes in to face Luke Otten, who switches over to the right side against the left-hander. He walked his first time up. That's in the dirt. Nice block by Gilliam. 1 ball and no strikes. Patrick Herrera to follow. The Potters scored once in this inning on the Higdon home run, and a walk to Chamiso and Jackson Flora, who went 2 1/3, gave up 5 hits, walked 3, struck out 3. Gives way to Jack White. Fastball outside at 89 from Jack White. 2 balls and no strikes on Luke Otten, making his Potters debut tonight. Over at first is Zach Chamiso. That's inside and gets away, and Chamiso's going to go down to second base. So it's a wild pitch, and Zach gets himself in scoring position, and Luke is now ahead 3 balls and no strikes. Patrick Herrera to follow. Still just 1 out here as the Higdon home run. The highlight of this inning as Ben really got into one down the right field line. He made it 4-2 in favor of the Crawdads. Walnut Creek scoring 4 times in the top of the first inning. 3-0 now on Luke. That's right down the middle at 90 from Jack White. All-conference performer this year at San Jose State, according to my Crawdads brethren over there. 3 balls and a strike. That's lifted foul down the first base line, giving chase is Brome, but it's out of play on top of the canopy that overlooks the VIP area down there. The kiln, which houses, not hoses, hopefully, the Sierra College people. It's Sierra College 9 out here at McBean. So 3-0 to 3-2 for Jack White against Luke Auden. That's hit high up in the air, about the same place down the right field line, probably be a little bit further over where the parking lot Potters would usually be. Didn't see the parking lot Potters out there tonight, although I see Don down in his customary seat in row number 1 right behind home plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chamiso leading out at second. Calvillo trying to keep him shadowed a little bit, and so is Ryan Ellis, the second baseman. Now he gets back into his usual position. That's inside, ball 4. Nice at bat by Luke Auden. And he has got his second base on balls. First and second, still just 1 out, and Patrick Herrera coming to the plate. Patrick at 286, 2 for 7 so far in the summer. Got a base on balls himself back in the second inning. Out of Mesa, Arizona, Patrick Herrera, University of Kentucky. 6'2" Patrick Herrera up here against Jack White. Chamiso leads at second base. Still just 1 out. As high for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. 4th walk given up by Crawdad pitchers here through 2 1/3 inning. Tyler Garrity on deck for the Potters. That's a fastball right down the middle at 89. 1 ball and 1 strike. Check it down at third base is Patrick Herrera. Behind the runner at first base, obviously, so on getting a big lead over there. That's a fastball in there for a strike again. 1 and 2 on Patrick Herrera. Calvillo playing close to second base to try to keep Chamiso close. Ellis also moving over there. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Took something off that at 82 and got the strikeout. So 2 outs for the Potters here in the third inning, and that brings up Tyler Garrity, who struck out back in the second inning against Jackson, Florida. Tyler with a magnificent play out in left field in the second inning as well. A diving catch going away from home plate that he relayed back in, double a runner off at first base. One of the plays of the summer so far for the Potters. Right now it's Tyler with the bat that we need. 265 with 5 runs batted in coming into tonight. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 0-1. So White with the walk to Auden, and then he has settled down here. He got Herrera in ahead of Tyler Garrity. Tyler in the number 9 spot. Brandon Forrester to follow. Potters with 2 on here in the third. At the line drive, that is up the middle, center field base hit. Here comes Chamiso around third. He'll score. The throw's going to go to third. It's going to be close at third. The tag is applied, and he is out at third base. So Auden is thrown out. Chamiso scored before the out was recorded, so that will be another run for the Potters. It's an RBI single for Tyler Garrity. 2 runs for the Potters in the third. We go to the fourth. Walnut Creek 4, Lincoln 3.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport. Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters' 100th anniversary season. The museum is located just around the corner in Bierman Plaza in the center of the Old Historic District. Plan your visit and learn about early Lincoln history.
Lincoln Potters baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the fourth at McBean Stadium. Now a 4-3 ball game in favor of the Crawdads. Brian Duroff, Sam Gilliam, and Cameron Calveo, 7, 8, and 9 will be the hitters. And credit to Casey Cummings, the center fielder for the Crawdads, who made a perfect throw to third base to nail Luke Odden, trying to go from first to third on that base hit by Garrity. Zach Chamiso had already scored, so it is 4-3. And here's Duroff, who had an RBI ground out back in the first inning. Swings and misses at a fastball from Gabe Maya, working in his third inning. Duroff with a .400 batting average and 6 runs batted in this summer. Out of Chabot College in Danville, California. Outside with the fastball from Gabe Maya. 1-1. Bustling around in the Potters bullpen. Can't see if there's anybody up and throwing there as Maya enters his third inning. John Alkire went the first inning, and then Gabe came in. That one is high and outside again, so it's 2-1 on Duroff. 4 runs for the Crawdads in the top of the first. Potters 1 in the first and 2 in the third to narrow the gap. It stands at 4-3 here as we go into the fourth. That's in the dirt, 3-1. Duroff, big right-handed hitter against the left-hander Gabe Maya. We're back Thursday. It is the Potters taking on the Bay Area Merchants. It's a Thirsty Thursday, so that's Founders Brewing Company giving away good deals on 12-ounce beverages. 3-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Then the West Coast Kings are in over the weekend, Friday and Saturday, both games at 6:35. Aloha Friday and Piper's birthday on Saturday, so a big weekend here at McBean. That's outside ball 4. Duroff gets the base on balls on the 3-2 pitch, and that'll bring up Sam Gilliam, who flied out to center field his first time up. The catcher out of Sacramento State in Dublin, California. Up here, and Herrera will move in a little bit at third. You never know what's going to happen here. We are in the top of the fourth inning. Duroff with a good lead over at first base. Maya's first pitch, a check swing. It's going to be a fair ball down to Olson. Justin's going to get it and step on the bag, and Gilliam is out. And moving to second base is Duroff. So inadvertent ground ball to first base, but it does move the runner along for the Crawdads and brings up Cameron Calveo, who popped out to first base his first time up back in the second inning. Cameron came in at 409 on the summer with 4 runs batted in. He is playing the number 6 position, the shortstop. Out of Alameda, California, Ohlone College, and headed to Gonzaga University next year, according to my sources. He chops that one foul over by the Potters dugout. 0-1 on Calvillo. Top of the order, Ryan Ellis on deck. We're at the top of the fourth here on a still pleasant evening on here, getting a little chilly at McBean Stadium. Good-looking crowd on a Tuesday, enjoying a 2 for Tuesday situation. What's not to enjoy about that? Trying to bluff the runner back at second. The pitch inside for a ball. It had to be inside if it missed the inside corner for this umpire, right, Riley? Yeah, absolutely. Calveo's slightly open stance from the right side. As Duroff gets a pretty good lead off second. Trying to keep him there is Luke Odden. He bluffs in to try to give the appearance of coming over. That's popped up to right field. Higdon is underneath it. He's going to make the catch, tag, and a bluff as Higdon lets it fly. And they almost get it cut off, and they try to run down Duroff, but he gets back in. So Calvillo flies out to right field. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Ryan Ellis, who's walked and singled. The left-handed hitting second baseman batting at .476 coming in. He is out of Mountain Ridge, Arizona, and St. Mary's University. And he's also got 6 runs batted in on the summer. Got a runner out at second base right now. Potters have managed to keep the Crawdads off the scoreboard since that first inning. Want to do so right here as Forrester keeps the runner close. Outside with a breaking ball by Gabe Maya. 1-0 on Ryan Ellis. Casey Cummings on deck, the center fielder. Ellis walked in the first, had an infield single in the second. So he's been on base twice and is 1 for 1. Swinging a foul at the plate. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Ryan Ellis. DeRoff walked, then a ground out by Gilliam, moving him to second. A fly ball to pretty deep right field by Cavallo, but DeRoff thought about tagging up, but Higdon gunned it in, cut off by Forrester, so he would not have been able to advance. 1 ball and 1 strike now on Ellis, as Auden is way over by in second base position, so that's a good-looking pitch in there for strike 2. So Luke Auden is in regular second base position, so it's up to the shortstop Forrester to try to keep DeRoff close at second base. And we've seen that many times where a base hit up the middle, when a guy's being kept close at second base, he is not able to score, even with 2 outs so far this summer. 1-2 coming up as Forrester bluffs. Popped up. Going to be called out in center field by Chase Jans. Reaches up and makes the catch for the out. So good job by Gabe Maya to work around the walk. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Potters trail by 1.
It's all you.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Being in the market for a new home comes with more than just buying a property. It is finding the right house in the right neighborhood in the right community. Since 2005, Lori with Frey & Associates Real Estate has lived and worked as a real estate broker in Lincoln. She is passionate about local organizations and volunteers with them as well.
She's knowledgeable, she knows, she asks a lot of questions, she gets things done.
We still learn a lot from Lori, and she's very helpful, very positive, and has been wonderful, wonderful broker.
We at Frey & Associates are your local hometown realtor, and we are here for you.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Very competitive air guitar contest there with 4 related participants. I don't know what the call is going to be. I don't know. I wasn't following it all the way. A lot of times Piper just takes the title in these things. So that's what Riley says. It's probably going to be Piper again. I think you have to be 7 years old to win. That's what I'm saying. And I don't think anybody qualified in that group. Anyway, we go to the bottom of the 4th. It'll be top of the order, Brandon Forrester, then Chase Jans and Nolan Wilson against Jack White, who came on in relief of Jackson Flora in the 3rd inning. Walked the first hitter he saw, struck out Herrera and gave up a single to Garrity, but Cummings threw out Luke Auden at 3rd base. So here's Forrester, who has singled and lined out. So 1 for 2 for Brandon. Came in at .385 for the summer out of Fair Oaks, California and Oregon State University. Brother Garrett is also on the roster. He's going to come in and do some catching, it looks like, for the Potters. We look forward to seeing him again as Brandon takes to the plate. It's went out into right field, hits it pretty well. Going back is Pointer, still going back, reaches up at the fence and makes the catch. Probably a couple of feet from the warning track. So Forrester hits it well. He is retired as Pointer handles it out in right field. And that'll bring up Chase Jans, who has singled, scored, and struck out. So he is 1 for 2 in this one. Out of Overland Park, Kansas, University of Kansas. 6'1", 195. Chase Jans singled and scored in the first, then struck out in the second. So he is 1 for 2 in this one. Came in at .429 with 6 runs batted in. That one is down low for a ball, 1-0 to Chase Jans. Off-speed pitch from Jack White from San Jose State University. Also played at the University of Michigan, according to my sources. Outside fastball. 2-0. Nolan Wilson, the catcher, on deck. Potters trail it by 1. They've come back. It was 4-0, now 4-3 as we enter the bottom of the fourth with 1 out here. 2-0 pitch is chopped out towards shortstop. Calvillo has it across the diamond at first and gets him by a couple of stems. So quickly 2 outs for the Potters here against White in the fourth, and that'll bring up Nolan Wilson, who singled his first time and then flied to right his second time. So Nolan is 1 for 2. 3 for 4 in game 2 on Sunday against the Mudcats with a home run and a couple of doubles. And we have a little bit of timeout here. Get a little chat with the first base coach and Mr. Nolan Wilson. And I believe he says, we're down by 1 run. A home run would tie the game. And that's why you have coaches, because they come up with these things that you wouldn't think of yourself. This one's taking a little too long to be that, though, I think, Riley. I think maybe there's a little more to it, because I thought mine was pretty simple. I said, Nolan, you hit a home run on Sunday. Why not, double down a little bit, make the fans happy. You saw how happy they were when Ben hit that one over the fence. You want that for yourself? Let's do it. I don't know why they don't ask me to coach. Justin Olson to follow. Left-hander Jack White is ready from the windup. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-1. Nolan Wilson, University of Nevada, Reno, out of Roseville, California. Swing and a miss on that one, a little bit outside. 0-2. That one also taken a little bit off it, did Jack White. 0-2 here in the fourth, 2 outs. We got a ball loose on the field, which is usually from the Potters bullpen. And yes, it is, as they have considerable activity down there. Gabe Maya has thrown 3 innings for the Potters and shut out the Crawdads in all 3 of those innings. Here's the 0-2 to Wilson. High for a ball, 1-2. That one he got up to 90 miles an hour. Here's the 1-2 coming up. Breaking ball down low for a ball. Looks like Logan Bell is the right-hander out there working out for the Potters. 2-2 on Nolan Wilson. Breaking ball in there, call strike 3 on the outside corner. So a 1-2-3 inning for White. We go to the 5th. It's the Crawdads 4 and the Potters 3.
It's all you.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Being in the market for a new home comes with more than just buying a property. It is finding the right house in the right neighborhood in the right community. Since 2005, Lori with Frey & Associates Real Estate has lived and worked as a real estate broker in Lincoln. She is passionate about local organizations and volunteers with them as well.
She's knowledgeable, she asks a lot of questions, she gets things done.
We still learn a lot from Lori, and she's very helpful, very positive, and has been wonderful, wonderful broker.
We at Frey & Associates are your local hometown realtor, and we are here for you.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the fifth, Potters trail at 4-3. Logan Bell comes in relief for the Potters, making his fourth appearance. 6 innings, 3 earned runs, a 4.50 ERA, 0-1 for the 1 loss. He will relieve Gabe Maya, who went 3 innings in relief of John Alkire. Maya was very good, 3 innings, 1 hit. He hit 1, walked 1, and struck out 1. So good job by Gabe Maya to keep the Potters close as they close the gap from 4-0 to 4-3. And it'll be Casey Cummings, Ryan Brome, and Matt King are the first 3 for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Willie Preston, the best in the business on the PA, talking about Friday, Aloha Friday. And we'll be trotting out our Lincoln Potters Hawaiian shirts for that one. That will be a tremendous time on Friday night against the West Coast Kings. 6:35 the first pitch in that one. 6:35 the night after that, which is usually Saturday, and that will be Piper's birthday celebration, as Piper is, yes, another year older. Maybe that's why he's so slow running around the bases. Maybe he just got old. I don't know. I'll look into that as well. So here's Casey Cummings. He walked and scored in the first, fly to left in the second. Well, fly to left is a misnomer. He had a line drive to left center that Tyler Garrity made an incredible catch on, going away from home plate and turned it into a double play. So a little bit more than a fly to left as Casey Cummings hit it hard. But he was retired, so he is 0 for 1 in this one. And here's Logan Bell, the right-hander, delivers a fastball inside at 86. It is 1-0 on Casey Cummings. From Danville, California, headed to University of Texas from Chabot College. Swing and a miss, off-speed pitch by Logan Bell. It's even at 1-1. Brome and King to follow. 2, 3, and 4 for the Crawdads here in the fifth against Logan Bell out of Lisbon, Ohio. Line drive right center field. Jans is on the run, but he's not going to get there. It's down in front of Chase. Picks it up on the big hop and quickly gets it into Forrester at second base, but it's a base hit for Cummings. That is hit number 5 for the Crawdads, and he is down at first base with nobody out, and Ryan Brome at the plate. Ryan has fly deep to center and fly deep to right in this one. So he is 0 for 2 out of Katy, Texas, and Texas Tech University. Up here with nobody out and a runner on here in the fifth. Off-speed pitch is in there for a strike from Logan. 0-1 on Ryan Brome. Matt King, the cleaned-up man to follow. Brome with a home run with 6 runs batted in and 250 coming into this one. Bell trying to keep the runner, looks the runner over and then throws to first and throws it away down the first base line. Getting up is Cummings. He's going to go to second and keeps his eye open. Thinks about going further, but he'll stay at second base. So it's a throwing error. Second error for the Potters, second throwing error for the Potters in this one. And down at second base now is Casey Cummings. Brome still within. No ball, 1 strike count. Logan Bell from Bowling Green State University. And as we said, Lisbon, Ohio. Looks back at second. That's chopped right back up the middle into center field for a base hit. Coming around third is Cummings. Jans with the throw, but it's going to be too late. The throw to second base to try to get Brome, and then the tag is late, and he is out at second base. So catcher Nolan Wilson came out and got that throw and gunned down Ryan Brome at second, but he did get the RBI single. Cummings scoring the 5th run of the game for the Crawdads. So 1 out here, 1 in, and Matt King comes to the plate. Wilson ran out there. That ball was actually tailing away. It was in no man's land to the left of home plate, and he gunned it down to second base. In the dirt for a ball, 1-0. A big out for the Potters. 5-3 now in favor of the Crawdads, but 1 out here in the 5th. Matt King is RBI double in the first, struck out in the third, so he is 1 for 2. Inside for a ball, 2-0. Picked up his 6th run batted in the first inning. Again, he's 4 for 12 now on the season. That's a fastball on that inside corner that he likes so much. 2 balls and 1 strike. Joey Donnelly, the left fielder to follow. He's been on base a couple times today. Logan working from the stretch, 2-1. Fouled out of play to our right. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Matt King. Matt from University of Texas at San Antonio, UTSA, those of us in the business call it. Slightly open stance for the right-handed hitter. Sails one inside. Logan tried to take a little bit off that one and came in a little too close to Matt King, so it's a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball misses inside, ball 4. So King reaches base for the 2nd time today. And Joey Donnelly comes to the plate, the left-handed hitting left fielder. Singled in a run back in the 1st and was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. So he's on twice, has scored once, and has the one driven in. Short lead at first by King. Pitch sails high and outside. 1-0. Fourth walk issued by Potter's pitchers. Also hit a batter in this one. That one is low for a ball. 2-0 now on Joey Donnelly. Potters have more activity in the bullpen. Looks like they have another left-hander up and throwing. 2-0. King leads from first. That one is in there for a strike to Joey Donnelly. 2 balls and 1 strike right at 85 for Logan Bell. And he's back in the count at 2-1. Tyson Pointer to follow Donnelly, the right fielder. Potter's pretty much straight away in the outfield, straight up in the infield, looking for that double play ball. Bluff at first base by King. The pitch is a little bit high and outside, so it's 3-1 now on Donnelly. John Alkire started for the Potters, went the first inning, gave up 3 hits and 4 runs. Then Maya gave Maya 3 innings, 1 hit, and no runs allowed, and now Logan Bell. Fastball outside, ball 4. So Donnelly reaches base for the 3rd straight time, and here is Tyson Pointer, the right fielder. He is your Dueling Dogs batter, so if he strikes out, half price off Dueling Dogs products here at McBean Stadium. Or if you want to do that at home as well, that's fine. Go ahead and treat yourself to something out of the fridge for a half price. Or just make someone else get it for you. That's the same thing. Nolan Wilson going out to talk to Logan Bell, who a good-looking pitch right there to Donnelly, but it was outside. So Donnelly, 2nd straight base on balls, 2 hits and 2 walks in the inning so far for the Crawdads. Fortunately for the Potters, they had a runner. The Crawdads had a runner thrown in at second base, and that is the only out recorded. Pointer has a sun-aided double and a ground out in this one. Swing and a miss, off-speed pitch. 0-1 to Tyson Pointer. University of Texas at Arlington for Tyson Pointer, hitting .091 when he came in. Just a couple of at-bats here in the summer. Here's Bell's pitch. It's in the dirt. Nice block by Wilson, keeping the runners where they are. So it's even at 1 ball and 1 strike on Tyson Pointer. He's followed by Duroff, the designated hitter. Looks like Max Manning is throwing for the Potters. And we've got barking going up all over the place here, which is great to hear. That's grounded to the left of third base. It's into left field for a base hit. Runner's going to round third, but he's going to hold on as the throw comes in. is caught by Wilson, knocked down, throw from Garrity in left field. And King stays at third base. Third hit of the inning for the Crawdads. They have the bases loaded and still just one out on Brian DeRoff, who's a very dangerous hitter at the plate. He has an RBI groundout and a walk in this one. 400 coming in. He has 6 runs batted in now, the right-handed hitter out of Danville, California, and Chabot Community College. Max Manning, the left-hander from UC Davis, warming up in the Potter's pen. And here's DeRoff. Fouls it back to the screen on the fastball from Logan Bell. 0-1. And yes, every time it hits the screen, it shakes our cameras up a little bit. And we try to go, oh, no. Riley's a very happy engineer. Someone delivered him a giant, like a 6-foot-long hot dog. Incredible hot dog. I told you, the dogs are looking good today. 0-1 pitch. Inside corner, call strike. That's that inside corner, and DeRoff looks at the umpire and is like, It literally almost hit me. I couldn't read his lips, but I think that's what he said. It literally almost hit me. 0-2 now. Potter's double play depth in the middle. Corner at first is in. Herrera a little bit behind third. It's hit down the third base line, but foul. That one was a little bit inside too, but DeRoff taking no chances on that one. Lashes out at it and hits it down the line foul into the bullpen, which is a little bit busy down there for the Crawdads. I don't know if there's any, maybe somebody just starting to loosen up down there. We're in the top of the 5th. Bases loaded, 1 out, 0-2 on DeRoff. That's in the dirt. Good block by Wilson again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cowbells from Willie Preston. He calls for the cowbells. Let's see if he gets any. All right, smattering. Respectable amount of cowbells. Tuesday, not a big cowbell night out here at McBean, but a good crowd night out here. Checking this one out. CCL action between the Potters and the Crawdads. 1-2 pitches hit down to third. Herrera has it. It's going to go to second for 1. The first is going to be too late for the double play. So it's an RBI ground out again for DeRoff, his second RBI of the day. Scoring is King. Donnelly goes to third. Pointer is retired. 5-4. Really the only play I think that Patrick Herrera can make. It was a slowly hit ball. He really didn't have a chance to come home with it. And so DeRoff reaches on the fielder's choice. 2 outs, 2 runs in. It is now 6-3 in favor of the Crawdads. And that will bring up Sam Gilliam, the catcher, as the manager for Walnut Creek is having a word with the base umpire. Maybe something to do with the transfer at second base. It was unclear there. I don't think the runner slid, but he stopped ahead of it and got out of the way. So here's Gilliam. He's flied to center and grounded to first on a check swing, so he is 0 for 2 in this one. 2 runs in for the Crawdads here. They lead 6-3, and the first pitch is outside for a ball. Gilliam 6 for 17 coming in, so 6 for 19 right now. Has 3 runs batted in out of Sacramento State University. Fastball down low, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Gilliam from Dublin, California. Slightly open stance from the right side for the catcher. First and third, 2 outs here in the 5th. Popped up, probably going to get out of play right behind us, so it'll be 2 balls and 1 strike now on Sam Gilliam, and it was right on top of us. Oh my gosh, why weren't my interns protecting me from that? I was way too close for comfort right there. If you can hear through the broadcast, it should be caught by an intern. That's what I'm saying. Put a guy up on the roof, Riley, next time that happens, because that's just my nerves can't take that. 2 balls, 1 strike on Sam Gilliam. Outside, ball 3. Cameron Cavillo on deck, the shortstop, the number 9 hitter. Calvillo waiting, but it's Sam Gilliam now. 3 balls and 1 strike. Scoreboard says 1 and 2. I don't believe that's correct. High fly ball left field. Garrity rounding out in shape. He's over toward the foul line now. And Tyler makes the catch in left field. So 2 runs, 3 hits. They left 2. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Crawdads 6, Potters 3.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory filet-o-fish and a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. Oh, you're making a McDonald's menu hack. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name. Build it by hand.
Placer Valley Tourism. Our mission is to increase the health of the hotel industry through occupancy and average daily rate in Roseville, Rockland, and Lincoln. Proud partner of the Potters in the 2023 West Coast World Series Tournament from August 8th to 11th.
Lincoln Potters baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the 5th, Potters trailing at 6-3. Jack White still out on the mound for the Crawdads. He came in the 3rd inning to relieve Jackson Flora and finished out the 3rd and went through the 4th 1-2-3. Gave up 1 hit in the 3rd inning. He'll face Justin Olson, Ben Higdon, and Zach Chamiso, 3 left-handed hitters against the left-hander Jack White. Crawdads scored 4 times in the first. Potters held them out the scoreboard for the next 3 innings, but they come up with 2 in the top of the 5th. Potters with 1 in the 1st and 2 in the 3rd. And it's now 6-3, and here's Justin Olson, who was struck out and singled for the Potters tonight. Came in at .333 with a home run and 11 runs batted in. He takes that one in there for a strikeout, speed at 76 from White. And Olson behind the count, 0-1. Out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Takes that one down low for a ball and outside. One and one on Justin Olson. Pops that one up, way up. Calvillo at shortstop, out in short center field. Circles it and makes the catch for the first out. So Olson pops to short for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th, and that'll bring up Ben Higdon. Higdon sacrificed fly in the first, then a no-doubt home run in the 3rd. He hit it out of here in right field, and he hit it out here quick. So Ben is 1 for 1 with a couple runs batted in and a run scored as he faces White for the first time. Chops it down the first base line, but foul over near the Potters' dugout on the way out to their bullpen. So it is 0-1 on Ben Higdon. Out of Paducah, Kentucky, headed to the University of Kentucky. Breaking ball's hit high up in the air, deep to right field. Going back, going back, going back. And it's out of here. Ben's done it again. Ben Higdon said, that felt good the first time. I'm going to do it one more time. And the Potters have closed it to 6-4. He got himself a breaking ball up high, and he did not miss that one, and that's right center field. It's not easy to get it out of here in right center field, but it was easy for Mr. Higdon, and he's having himself a night, and it's 6-4 for the Crawdads, and here's Zach Chamiso. 2 home runs, 3 runs batted in, and a couple runs scored for Ben Higdon, and the Potters would be well served not to waste this effort of Mr. Higdon, so Chamiso is going to have to start something off here, as it is now 6-4 in favor of the Crawdads. Chamiso takes down low for a ball. One ball and no strikes. Chamizo fouls it back off the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Higdon with a couple of no-doubters as the umpire has to go chase the ball himself, and he has a very purposeful strides, I noticed, that umpire. Maybe a military bearing or something like that, I'm not sure. Here's the 1-1. Zach takes it right down the middle, call strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes on Zach Chamizo. 1 out here in the 5th. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Third strikeout for Jack White, and that'll bring up Luke Auden, who has walked twice today. Switch hitter, batting on the right side against the left-hander White. Walked in the 2nd, walked in the 3rd. Fastball in there for a strike at 86 from White. Takes that one. That one's a little bit too low. 1-1. Line drive right field is probably going to stay up, and it does, as the right fielder Pointer comes in and makes the catch. So Luke hit it hard, but hit it right to the right fielder. 1 run on 1 hit, the Higdon home run. We go to the top of the 6th. Potters trail 6-4.
Lincoln Potters baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadium. 33 action-packed home games loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Back here at the top of the 6th, Potters trail at 6-4, and we think we've got connections to the dugout. That is Coach Mike Marshall. Coach, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing, Phantom?
Well, first of all, we got to talk about Mr. Higdon. We saw it coming maybe a couple of games ago, but talk about 2 no-doubters, huh, Mike?
Yeah, we actually, so in the cage, we have, early work every day out Louisville Slugger, and had to pull him aside today, and, I said, I'm tired of seeing you hitting 150, buddy. So, no, you know what, he's had good swings. Some of it's just small adjustments. We've got Synergy, which is cameras up here. So you'll see them. There's about 6 cameras throughout the ballpark, and we can see all their at-bats.
Right.
So we sat down, took a look, and, just made a small little tweak, and he's confident back up there and swinging it, and it's just something amazing to see, right? I mean, I think the first one was 110 off his bat. I don't know what this last one was, but it's probably up there.
Well, I've been here a long time, and I haven't seen that many balls hit out of right center field, so that one was really torched. So, Mike, what do you tell your guys? I know you guys are kind of different as far as your coaching staff. You got a couple of guys missing. So what do you say to guys? You give up a 4 spot in the top of the 1st, and you come in the bottom of the 1st. What's your message?
It's just playing it pitch by pitch, right? We're working our way back in. We had some chances, bases loaded. Guys on 1st and 2nd. We need to pick up a big knock there. We didn't. So we're knocking on the door. It's just stay competing and everything like that. And for our guys coming in on the mound here, it's just keeping us in this game, keeping us within reach. We got a lot of good guys at the plate here. So just giving us a chance here coming down the home stretch here.
Yeah, I was going to mention Gabe Maya did the job, came in and held them scoreless for a couple innings. Tell me a little bit about Max Manning. We're seeing him for the first time.
Yeah, seeing him for the first time here. Little bit unconventional here, so excited to see what we're going to get out of him here. We'll probably run him out here for 1, maybe 2, see how it goes. But excited to see a little bit. Arm slots down a little bit, so should be fun to see and see how he's going to compete here.
Okay, Mike, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Good luck to you. Let's come back, get ourselves a W here tonight. That's Coach Mike Marjama, and we are ready to go in the top of the 6th. Max Manning on the mound. Max out of Larkspur, California, and University of California at Davis. And he will be facing, it looks like, Cameron Calvia, the number 9 hitter, then Ryan Ellis and Casey Cummings. And here's Calvia, who's popped out and flied out. swings and chops it down the third base line, and it goes foul. So Manning, the left-hander, 6'2", against Calvilla. Shortstop 0 for 2 tonight. And Cameron is from Alameda, California. Ohlone College headed to Gonzaga University, the Zags. 409 coming in with 4 runs batted in. Here's Manning's pitch. It sails high and outside. 1-1. You heard Mike Marjama talking about Ben Higdon. Just no doubts, 2 of them out of here. And he's most of the offense for the Padres. They still trail it by 2 as we go to the 6th. Manning's pitch is fouled away by Calvilla. And it looks like Cameron might have heard something there on his hand or something. He's shaking it. I hope not the stinger. I hate the stinger when you get the stinger on your hand. We'll respectfully give Cameron a second here as he shakes that one out. Hopefully nothing serious. 4 runs in the first for the Crawdads, and then 2 in the top of the 5th. Padres came back with 1 in the first, 2 in the third, and then 1 in the bottom of the 5th on the Higdon home run. He hit 1 in that 3rd inning. That was a no-doubter to right. This was a no-doubter to right center, which you don't usually have here at McBean Stadium. And here's the Padres trainer coming out to take a look at Cameron Calvilla. And hopefully he'll be all right and available to continue for the Crawdads, the shortstop. Hitting, as we said, over 400 coming in tonight. And playing, obviously, a very important defensive position for the Crawdads. Padres returning to action on Thursday. They've got tomorrow off. On Thursday, my sources tell me they're playing the Merchants. It's a Thirsty Thursday, thanks to Founders Brewing Company. Then on Friday, the Kings come to town, the West Coast Kings, that is. Friday is Aloha Friday, so I'll be checking out. I'll be sporting the Hawaiian shirt that day, Riley the engineer. Then on Saturday, I don't know what I'm going to wear because it's a festive night. It's Piper's birthday party, and I can't remember if I wore the tuxedo last year for Piper's party. Probably should have. But I don't know what I'm going to do this year because you got all the mascots coming to, pay homage to Piper. I mean, he may even win the race at the second inning. You never know. You never know what could happen on your birthday. I mean, Crash, the mascot, is coming in from 12 Bridges. I think he's 12 Bridges. You've also got Zeus from Lincoln High. You've got the Whitney High mascot. You've got Dinger. You've got Dinger coming in. So, I don't know. It's just going to be fantastic as Manning is going to stay loose as Calvillo is still getting his hand looked at from Emma, the trainer. He's trying to see if he can hold the bat, and I don't think he can, so he might have to leave the game and get somebody in there. That's very, very unfortunate for Cameron. Hopefully it's just his hand and not his wrist or something, but we're going to have a pinch hitter come up and take over the Calvilla at-bats. It'll be a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Unfortunately, we've got to do a little bit of see if we can get a number here. Number 8. Number 8 would be Griffin Harrison. So Griffin Harrison is the pinch hitter, taking over for Calvilla. So Harrison comes on for Calvilla, and we hope Cameron is okay. After, I don't know if maybe the ball hit him while he was swinging or something and hit his finger because he was shaking his hand like crazy. So they'll take care of him, and here's Griffin Harrison. He inherits the 1-ball, 2-strike count. Right-handed hitter against Max Manning. Manning from the stretch. Little squibber up the middle, and it's going to be a base hit into center field. So Harrison comes in, hits the first pitch right back up the middle for a single. That is hit number 8 for the Medcats, and that brings up Ryan Ellis, the second baseman. So Harrison was ready as could be. You tell you to stay ready so you don't have to get ready, and that's exactly what he did as he took the first one right back up the middle. Ellis has walked, singled, and flied to center, so he is 1 for 2 in this one, left-handed hitter out of Mountain Ridge, Arizona. That one's lined to center field. Jans has got a beat on it, though, and he makes the catch for the first out. So Ellis hit it right on the nose, but he hit it right at Chase Jans in center field. 1 out, and Casey Cummings coming to the plate, the center fielder for the Crawdads. Walked and scored in the first, flied to left in the second, and then singled and scored in the 5th. So he is 1 for 2 and has scored twice. Also throwing a runner out at third base trying to tag up. So he has been very busy today, Casey Cummings. Breaking ball, and I think it hit Casey Cummings. One of those ones from the left hand that broke in on the right-handed hitter, and it hit him. And he'll go down to first base. Moving over to second will be Griffin Harrison. I believe that's the second batter hit by the Potters pitching today. Five walks and 2 at-batters for the Potters today, and here is Ryan Brome. Flied to center, flied to right, and singled. Then was thrown out trying to take second as the throw came into home plate to try to cut down the runner. So he got the RBI, but was thrown out at second base, and now he faces Max Manning. Left-hander against left-hander. Forrester bluffs the runner back. The pitch is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Matt King to follow, the cleanup man for the Crawdads today. Crawdads 5-3 in CCL play. Potters are 7-5. Fastball misses outside. It gets away from Wilson. It's going to be a pass ball, and the runners will go from first and second to now second and third. Scores from around the CCL. The Prune Packers beat the Admirals 10-9. Potters play the Admirals on Sunday on the road. Mudcats over the Stompers 9-1. Fastball right down the middle for a strike at 85 from Max Manning. Down south, Arroyo Seco Saints lead San Luis Obispo Blues 6-1 in the ninth, and then also in the ninth it's Santa Barbara over the Academy Barons 3-2. That's chopped down the first base line. Olson's going to have it. He'll flip to the pitcher covering, get the runner at first, but scoring will be Harrison for the 7th run for the Crawdads. Moving over to third is Cummings. Brom has another RBI, his second of the day. And now it'll be Matt King coming to the plate. So the infield out scores Griffin Harrison. And here's Matt King. Fastball's outside. Matt is RBI double in the first, struck out in the third, and walked and scored in the 5th. So he scored twice and driven in 1. Runner at third, 2 outs. Line drive up the middle, base hit, and that'll score another one. Cummings will score the second run of the inning on the second hit of the inning for the Crawdads, and they got those 2 runs back, and they lead it now 8-4. And Joey Donnelly will come to the plate. So King with 2 runs batted in, 2 hits. And here's Joey Donnelly. He's walked. He's been hit by a pitch, and he has an RBI single. So the left fielder has been very productive today for the Crawdads. Fastball's outside. 1 ball and no strikes on Donnelly. Tyson Pointer, the right fielder, on deck. We're in the top of the 6th. It's now 8-4 in favor of the Crawdads. That one's also outside. 2-0 on Joey Donnelly out of Alamo, California. Left-hand hitting left fielder. That one's hit down the left line out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike on Donnelly. Harrison came on in mid-at-bat to bat for Calvillo. He singled, and a fly out from Ellis. Cummings hit by a pitch. Pass ball moved the runners up, and then a ground out scored 1. A single scored the other. There goes the runner, swung on and fouled. The ball went into the stands, it looked like, and a play was made. Oh, that's a fantastic play over there. Looks like Grandma ended up with the ball. Nicely played over there. The ball went off went off the catcher and got over the screen and under the tarp, which doesn't almost ever happen, but it was fielded very deftly over there by a Potters fan. 2-2 now. Ball 3 outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Donnelly with a home run, a couple of runs batted in for the Crawdads so far this summer. Fastball called, strike 3. So 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's now the Crawdads 8 and the Potters 4.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait to get the care they need. And thanks to generous donors, partners, and fundraisers like you, we don't have to. Please give wherever you see the Miracle Balloon, and thank you for supporting CMN at UC Davis.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the 6th, Potters trail 8-4. Hopefully you're watching the Stone Scam between innings and saw the bat spinning contest, because I saw a disaster waiting to happen. I've never seen someone go out of the picture to the right. I've seen them go to the left and veer onto the field, but I've never seen anybody leave the picture to the right and then suddenly reemerge. What I thought was a dead heat for the winner, but Engineer Riley said that the left runner was actually the winner, so I have to go with what Riley says. Patrick Herrera starts us off, then Tyler Garrity and Brandon Forster, 8-9-1 against Jack White, who's gone 3 2/3 innings here out of San Jose State. I think I was told that this is probably going to be his only appearance of the summer, so he may just keep going. Fastball's in there for a strike. A walk and a strikeout for Patrick Herrera today out of Mesa, Arizona. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. 0-2 to Patrick Herrera. 4 in the first, 2 in the 5th, and 2 in the 6th for the Crawdads. Potters 1 in the first, 2 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 5th. We sit at 8-4. Sails high and outside. 1-2 to Patrick Herrera, right-handed hitter. Very close to the plate, it seems to me. Breaking ball down low, laid off that one. So it's 2-2 now. Two and two. I didn't know we had an organist. Awesome. They spare no expense around here to bring the best entertainment to the Placer County. And a good bunch of fans have come out to check this one out tonight. Hopefully the Potters can mount an offensive here. Breaking ball swung on and missed. And the tag is applied by catcher Sam Gilliam. Herrera struck out for the second time, so he is 0 for 2. Tyler Garrity coming to the plate. He has struck out and had an RBI single. That single back in the 3rd inning. He's out of Seneca, California, 6-footer, and the University of Kansas. Garrity picked up RBI number 6 on the summer, back in the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss. Took something off that one again. Just 80 miles an hour for Jack White. He is ahead in the count 0-1. Fastball misses outside, 1-1. Potters have a couple of days off of league play. Then they take on the Admirals, a doubleheader on the road. That is on Sunday. And then the Stompers next week. Swing and a miss, a ball in the dirt. 1 and 2. The Stompers are here on the 27th and the 29th. Of course, both of those are 2 for Tuesday and Thursday. Just so happens that's the way it works out. 1-2 coming up. Fastball is outside. 2 and 2 to Tyler Garrity. Like the Crawdads do have some activity as White came on in the third. Breaking ball, call strike 3, and Garrity does not believe it. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Six strikeouts for White, and that'll bring up Brandon Forrester, who's lined out, singled, and fly to right. Forrester hitting .385 coming in out of Fair Oaks, California. Trying to get something started here with 2 outs. Big breaking ball is in there for a strike. 0-1. Crowd is beginning to get a little bit of surly over the calls by the home plate umpire, which is, if you're losing at home, you're supposed to get surly. That's what happens. That's America, baby. Swing and a miss at one that was clearly outside, but Brandon couldn't take any chances, and he's down 0-2 as White threatens to have an all-strikeout inning here in the bottom of the 6th. Fastball, call, strike 3, and Forrester doesn't believe it. 1, 2, 3 on strikeouts in the 6th. We go to the 7th. Crawdads leading at 8-4.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis, or call 916-259-2739.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait to get the care they need. And thanks to generous donors, partners, and fundraisers like you, we don't have to. Please give wherever you see the Miracle Balloon, and thank you for supporting CMN at UC Davis.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the 7th, Crawdads lead at 8-4. Eric Vassar, the new pitcher for the Potters, making his 5th appearance, 8 innings pitched, 6 runs allowed. He has struck out 14 in those 8 innings and walked 5. So Vassar will come on. He is the 5th pitcher for the Potters, and he will face Tyson Pointer, Brian DeRoff, and Sam Gilliam, 6, 7, and 8. Al Kyer started, then Gabe Maya, Logan Bell, Max Manning, and now Eric Vassar. Gabe Maya was the star amongst that group at 3 innings pitched, just 1 hit allowed, and no runs. 8-4, top of the 7th. Here is Tyson Pointer, who had a sun-aided double back in the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd, and then singled in the 5th. So he is 2 for 3 in this one. The right fielder. And he is the last chance for the half-off Dueling Dogs batter. The barks are out. And this is the pitcher to get. I guess we're going to try to do that. He shows a bunt and bunts at it, and it is a strike. So 0-1 on the breaking ball from Eric Vassar. From Carmichael, California, and Sacramento City College. 14 strikeouts in 8 innings of work. Break ball, it is a little bit too low for a ball. 2 straight breaking balls from Eric. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's the, took something off that one as well. The changeup off a fastball he hasn't thrown yet. Swung on and missed 1 and 2. And 2/3 of the way to that 50% off, the Dueling Dogs. And it's a hardy crowd. I think they would take advantage of it if they were able to accomplish that. Fastball inside at 90 from Eric Vassar, so it is 2 and 2. Brian DeRoff on deck, and then Sam Gilliam for the Crawdads here. They lead at 8-4 in the top of the 7th. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Eric. That's hit out toward shortstop. Forrester's going to get there. He's going to have to hurry to get him at first, and he does, but I think the throw might have taken him off the bag. Nope, he calls him out at first base. So good play over there by Olson to stay on the bag, and Pointer is retired from Forrester to Olson. Good play by Forrester, good play by Justin Olson, and here's Brian DeRoff. Grounded out in the first, got himself an RBI, then walked in the 4th, then hit it to a fielder's choice, got himself another RBI in the 5th. So Brian, who came in at 400, has 2 RBIs to give him 7 on the summer. Out of Danville, California, Brian DeRoff. That's inside for a ball. Gets away and goes back to the backstop. 1 ball and no strikes on Brian DeRoff. Sam Gilliam, the catcher, to follow. Here's the 1-0. That's a fastball. Misses inside for a ball. Not too many missing inside today, but that one did. 2-0. Now. Vassar working from the stretch. Hits it out to left field. Coming on is Garrett. He's still coming on. He's going to be there to make the catch. So DeRoff hits it to left field, but Garrity handles it. A little topspin on that one. 2 outs, and here's Sam Gilliam. He flied to center, he grounded to first, and he flied to left. So Sam is 0 for 3 in this one. The catcher out of Sac State University in Dublin, California. Griffin Harrison is on deck. Breaking ball swung on and missed. A beauty from Eric Vassar. 0-1 on Sam Gilliam. Came in 6 for 17, 353 on the season, so now 6 for 20. 300. Another breaking ball. That's hit down the third base line. Nice play over there by Herrera. He's going to bounce it over to first and get him. Good play by Patrick Herrera at third. Good inning for the Potters. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Potters trail 8-4.
Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters' 100th anniversary season. The museum is located just around the corner in Bierman Plaza in the center of the Old Historic District. Plan your visit and learn about early Lincoln history.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory filet-o-fish and a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. Oh, you're making a McDonald's menu hack. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name. Build it by hand.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
New pitcher coming on for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. It's Tyler Blair. Tyler out of University of California. Right-hander, relieving Jack White, who was pretty good. 3 2/3 innings, just 2 hits allowed. and 1 run. That was the home run from Ben Higdon. So White, very impressive, and now his team at 8-4 turns it over to Tyler Blair, and the right-hander finishing up his warm-up tosses. He'll face 2, 3, and 4, Chase Jans, Nolan Wilson, and Justin Olson for the Potters, who got a nice inning from Eric Vassar right there in the top of the 7th. Trying to take over second place here in the CCL North. It's very early, obviously, but still, Potters have tried to grab that early bragging rights over the Crawdads. The teams went back and forth. The umpire motioning up that there's a new pitcher and was very emphatic about it. And I think he might have pulled something when he made the motion, pointing out to the mound to tell us there's a new pitcher. But I have Riley the engineer in his binoculars, so I already knew there was a new pitcher. So here's Chase Jans. He singled, struck out, and grounded to short. So Chase is 1 for 3, came in at 429 out of the University of Kansas. Up here against Tyler Blair. Seven strikeouts also for Jack White. Blair's first pitch is right down the middle at 88. 0-1 to Chase Jans. Right-handed hitting center fielder, slightly open stance at the plate. That's outside, took something off that one, a breaking ball. 1-1 to Chase Jans. Ben Higdon coming up 4th in this inning. Hopefully the Potters can get him up there. He has been pretty good with 2 home runs in this game. 2 no-doubters. That's outside and low. In the dirt, 2-1 on Chase Jans. Chase, no home runs so far for the Potters in this summer campaign. Hasn't really been around all that long. Waits for the 2-1 from Blair. That's chopped out toward shortstop, cut off by the third baseman. He's going to have to hurry to first base. Jans is out at first base. I don't know. Jans doesn't know either, but he is called out. Nice play by Matt King to cut across in front of his shortstop and make the throw to first to get Jans, who, let's just say, generously made it close over at first base. And that'll bring up Nolan Wilson, who singled, flied to right, and struck out. So he is 1 for 3 in this one. Nolan has a home run. He's driven in 3 runs on the season. This is just his 2nd game of the summer. Right-handed hitter out of Roseville, California.
All right, I'll take your word for it. Should I bring them up now, too?
That's outside off-speed pitch. 1-0 on Nolan Wilson. Potters trail it by 4. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Third pitcher, Flora, and then White, and now Blair for the Crawdads. Outside with a fastball at 87 for Tyler Blair. I always like to see guys who are getting beers. Closes after the 7th inning. They shut off beer sales, and somebody walking back with 1 out in the 7th. It shows they got it under the wire. I like to see that. 2-0 is fouled at the plate, so it's 2-1 on Nolan Wilson. Had himself a cut at that one. 2 balls and 1 strike. Justin Olson to follow. Jans grounds out to open the bottom of the 7th on a close play at first base, and now Nolan Wilson with a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Breaking ball just misses Nolan Wilson, so it's 3 balls and 1 strike. He did not just miss the inside corner. So it's 3-1 on Wilson. Potters obviously needing base runners here as they trail this one by 4. 3-1 pitch is hit right out to shortstop. That's Harrison across the diamond and gets him at first by a step. Hit it very hard, but right at the shortstop, Griffin Harrison. And with 2 outs, here's Justin Olson. Harrison came on for Calvia, who was hurt his hand swinging at a pitch in the 6th inning. And again, we haven't heard anything about Cameron. We hope he's okay. Here's Olson. Justin singled, struck out, and popped out, so he is 1 for 3 in this one. In line with his season average of .333. Home run and 11 runs batted in. Facing Tyler Blair inside right behind him. So I don't know if that's technically inside or what. 1-0. That one was about 3 feet short of the 60 feet 6 inches that we require in American baseball. So bottom line, it's just a ball. So it's 1-0 on Justin Olson. Ben Higdon to follow. Fastball inside corner, call that a strike. 1-1, 86 miles an hour from Tyler Blair, the right-hander out of UC Berkeley. That one is in there for a strike. Took something off that one at 76, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Justin Olson. 10 strikeouts so far for Crawdads pitching through 6 2/3 innings. 7 of those from Jack White. Here's the 0-2. That's outside. Make that 1-2. Now it's 2-2 against Justin Olson. University of New Mexico, Justin Olson. Big left-hand hitting first baseman, 6'4". 2-2. The umpire, unfortunately, had to look at the scoreboard, and it's not usually right. That's in the dirt, 3-2. Umpires don't like it when they look at the scoreboard and the count is wrong, so they always signaled it. And when you're here, you've got to signal it every pitch because it's never right. Now, the scoreboard on Stones Radio Networks is always correct, run by Engineer Riley and run very perfectly. That's fouled out of play by Justin Olson. So it stays at 3 balls and 2 strikes. We thank you for checking us out on Stones Radio Network's YouTube or Lincoln Potters. Please subscribe to those entities, Stones Radio Networks. Subscribe, and you'll be alerted whenever the Potters are coming into action, and also get some of the other shows on the Stones Radio Networks. That's hit sharply into right field for a base hit. Olson took the 3-2 pitch and hit between first and short. Now it gets through the right fielder, Pointer, and Olson is going to move into second base. So a single and an error. Potters now have 8 hits on the day, and here's Ben Higdon, who has been quite impressive. He had a sacrifice fly in the first inning to deep center. Then he had a home run to right field in the third, and he had a home run to right center field in the 5th. So he's got 2 hits. They're both home runs. He's got 3 runs batted in to double his season total. And he's up here with Olson at second base and 2 outs in the 7th. Out of Paducah, Kentucky, and the University of Kentucky. And Tyler Blair would not be human if he didn't kind of take a second here as he faces a very hot hitter. Higdon takes high. Fastball at 88 from Tyler Blair. Zach Chamiso on deck, but it's all about Ben Higdon now with 2 outs here in the 7th. We're in number 20. Potters with the orange tops and white pants today. Olson with a big lead. That's high and inside to Ben Higdon. And might figure he has a base open. Maybe he'll work around him, but usually you don't get that technical in summer ball. You go after everybody. So it's 2-0 on Ben. Obviously Higdon hoping that he's going to get something he can handle right now on a 2-0 pitch from Blair. Olson with a fair lead out at second base. That one is in there for a call strike. Took something off that. So, yeah, he didn't get the fastball. He got an off-speed pitch on the inside corner, so a good pitch from Tyler Blair. 2 balls, 1 strike on Ben Higdon. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs. Pops it up. Coming in, the third baseman is calling for him. That's Matt King. He's circling around, and he's got it for the out. So Higdon pops up to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit. We go to the 8th. It's Walnut Creek 8, Lincoln 4.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Gooseport Public House, We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
It's all you.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
No, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the eighth, Eric Vassar out again for the Potters. He worked the seventh inning, 1-2-3. He'll face Griffin Harrison and then Ryan Ellison, Casey Cummings, 9-1-2. Harrison is 1 for 1 in this one. Takes that one outside and low. Came on in the sixth as a pinch hitter mid at bat. Calvin Cavea hurt his hand, and so Griffin came in and took one pitch and hit it right back up the middle. Later scored in the sixth. Breaking ball's high, 2-0. That 2-run inning in the sixth is big as it went from 6-4 to 8-4. The Walnut Creek Crawdad lead. And now it's 2-0 on Griffin Harrison. Fastball inside, 3-0 at 88 from Eric Vassar out of Sac City College. Top of the order, Ryan Ellis to follow. That's a fastball on the inside corner. Took a little bit off that one, but still got it over, so it's 3-1. Swing and a miss. Good fastball by Vassar on the inside corner again. So it's a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Griffin Harrison. Number 9 hitter, Griffin Harrison. Waits on the 3-2. That's ball 4. 6 walk, 2 hit batters for Potters pitchers tonight, and that'll bring up Ryan Ellis. Ellis walked in the first, singled in the second, flied to center in the fourth and the sixth, so he is 1 for 3, has scored a run. Came in at 476 on the summer with 6 runs batted in. Patrick Herrera is in at third base in case he's dropping one down, and he takes inside for a ball from Vassar. 1 ball and no strikes. Time is called, and going out to talk to the pitcher is Nolan Wilson as the winner of the 50-50 comes in to reclaim their prize, and they bring in a very small human being. Willie gives them the 50-50 prize. Always nice to see happy customers leaving here with more money than when they came in. Saying it's not like Thunder Valley over here. You come in here, you get more money. Now we are ready to go again as Vassar and Wilson have concluded their conclave. And here is Ryan Ellis. Short lead at first by Griffin Harrison. Ellis takes high and outside, ball 2. Potters have some activity in their bullpen, and I believe so do the Crawdads. So a lot of action going on late in the game here as we're in the top of the 8th inning. Crawdads with the 8-4 lead. That's right down the middle. Vassar hits it at 86, so it's 2-1 on Ryan Ellis from Mountain Ridge, Arizona, and St. Mary's College. A little bit bigger lead by Harrison over at first base, 2-1. Ellis hits it high up in there to left center field. Garrity's going to go over, I think, and track it down and makes the catch in left center field. That ball was hit pretty long way in left center field by Ryan Ellis, so he flies out to Garrity, who covers a lot of ground in left, as that was in left center field. 1 out, and here's Casey Cummings. Cummings has walked and scored, fly to left, singled and scored, and been hit by a pitch and scored. So Cummings, 3 runs scored and a hit. He's been on base 3 times and also thrown a runner out at third base from center field. Has 2 home runs on the summer. Right-hand hitting center fielder out of Danville, California. Fastball is high for a ball. That fly to left field back in the second was the incredible catch by Tyler Garrity, which eventually turned into a double play. So Cummings could easily have been on base all 4 times in this one. 1-0 from Vassar. Breaking ball. Nice pitch by Eric on the corner for a strike. 1-1. One and one on Casey Cummings. That's chopped foul over by the dugout for the Crawdads. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Casey Cummings. Ryan Brome to follow, the number 3 hitter. Was a couple of runs batted in tonight. Short lead at first by Harrison. Ready for the pitch. That's slow chopper out to second. It's going to be a tough play out there. They get him at first base. Nice play by Luke Auden out there as he had to come in and get it as a squibber. And Cummings gets down the line very quickly, but he is thrown out. Moving to second is Griffin Harrison, and now here's Ryan Brome. He has flied to center, flied to right, singled in a run in the 5th, and then infield out, grounded to first, but got the run batted in the 6th. So he has a hit and 2 runs batted in. The left-hand hitting first baseman. He has a runner out in scoring position as well. First pitch is, I thought it was right down the middle. I was wrong. It's a ball. 1-0. Just got to admit when you're wrong. Sometimes you just got to admit, stubbornly just say you're right. Never admit you're wrong. But in this case, I'm going to admit it. Fastball, that's in there for a strike. 1-1 on Ryan Brome. Left-handed hitter Ryan Brome against the right-hander Eric Vassar. Runner at second base is Harrison. He leads. Off-speed pitch is down low. And Wilson blocks it. 2-1 on Brome. Matt King to follow if Ryan Brome keeps it going for the Crawdads here in the 8th. They have an 8-4 lead at the moment. Popped up left side. Foul territory. Moving over is Herrera in the coach's box. Makes the catch. So no runs, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's the Crawdads 8 and the Potters 4.
Being in the market for a new home comes with more than just buying a property. It is finding the right house in the right neighborhood in the right community. Since 2005, Lori, with Frey & Associates Real Estate, has lived and worked as a real estate broker in Lincoln. She is passionate about local organizations and volunteers with them as well.
She's knowledgeable. She knows. She asks a lot of questions. She gets things done.
We still learn a lot from Lori, and she's very helpful, very positive, and has been wonderful broker.
We at Frey & Associates are your local hometown realtor, and we are here for you.
Welcome back, Olympia's 5th grade orchestra.
Perhaps there's no place like your home because you made it so at RC Willey.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the 8th from McBean Stadium. Tyler Blair still out on the mound for the Crawdads. They still have the 8-4 lead, and Zach Chamiso Luke Auden and Patrick Herrera will try to change that here as we move into the bottom of the 8th. 6, 7, and 8 for the Potters, with Tyler Garrity, the fourth prospective hitter, against the right-hander Tyler Blair, who came on in the 7th inning, gave up a single but no runs. Got Higdon on a massive pop-up to end the inning. And here's Chamiso, who struck out, walked, and flied to left. So Zach is 0 for 2, scored a run after the walk back in the 3rd inning when the Potters scored twice. Chamiso, 289 coming in with 3 runs batted in for the Potters. He's played first base, he's played shortstop, he's played left field, he's DH'd. Tonight he is DHing. He's up here against Tyler Blair, the right-hander from UC Berkeley. Throws it outside for a ball, just 75 miles, so took something off that one. 1 ball and no strikes on Zach Chamiso. That one's in the dirt, so it's 2-0. Crawdads 5-3 in conference play. Potters are 7-5. Potters coming off a 4-game sweep of the Mudcats, so they have a 4-game streak going. 3 of 4 for the Crawdads against the Sonoma Stompers last weekend. 3-0 now as that one sails high and outside. Luke Auden waiting on deck, making his Potters debut tonight. 3-0 pitch, and swings and fouls it back to the screen. Again, in summer ball, the 3-0 is not an automatic take. You're out there trying to hit, so it is 3-0, and Zach got one he liked. Didn't do much with it. Looks like Devin Martin is warming up for the Potters. That one's hit out to left field. Donnelly's got a beat on it, though, and he's going to make the catch in medium deep left field for the first out. So 1 down, and here's Luke Auden. Luke out of Scottsdale, Arizona, and Georgia Southern University. He's a switch hitter, so he'll bat left-handed against the right-hander Tyler Blair. He has walked twice and flied to right as Luke. Swings and fouls that one back to the screen from Tyler Blair, 0-1. Patrick Herrera on deck for the Potters as they try to get something going here, trailing by 4 in the bottom of the 8th inning. They have tomorrow off and are back at home here Thursday with some non-league action Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 6:35 first pitch. That one is down low for a ball, 1-1. Come on out and see Piper's birthday party on Saturday, or if you just want to come out for Aloha Friday, you can do that as well. Well, you can come out for both, obviously, but if you had to choose, that one is in there for a strike. 1-2 on Luke Auden. One ball, 2 strikes. Breaking balls outside. 2-2. Potters just trying to get some base runners here so they can make something happen, turn the order over against Tyler Blair. High fastball makes it 3-2, so full count. Second straight full count for Tyler Blair. This time it's Luke Auden at the plate. Inside, ball 4. So Auden's going to take first base for the 3rd time on base on balls here today. And that'll bring up Patrick Herrera. Patrick has struck out twice and walked, the 3rd baseman out of Mesa, Arizona, and the University of Kentucky. Tyler Garrity on deck for the Potters as Auden hopefully starts it off with that 1-out walk. Good lead at first by Auden. Herrera takes outside from Tyler Blair, 1-0. Took a bunch off that one at just 72 miles an hour from Blair. Tyler Garrity to follow. Herrera 0 for 2 so far in this one. 2 for 9 on the season. Throw over to first base and on his back in easily. Tagged by Ryan Brum over there. Ryan Ellis at second. Griffin Harrison's the shortstop and Matt King at third. Donnelly, Cummings, and Pointer in the outfield for the Crawdads. 1-0 pitch is outside and is going to get away from the catcher, and going down to second base is Luke Auden. It's a wild pitch, and he gets himself down to second. Now a 2-0 count on Patrick Herrera, and now there's going to be a meeting at the mound. We're going to step away for just a second. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Crawdads 8, Potters 4.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Very short meeting on the mound. Sean Fitzpatrick is the identity of the pitcher throwing the bullpen for the Crawdads, but it's still Tyler Blair out there against Patrick Herrera. 2 balls and no strikes. With Garrity to follow and Auden at second base. Ellis keeping him close a little bit out there. 2-0 coming to Patrick. Fastball is hitting to left field, a clean base hit. Probably going to hold Auden at third base. And the throw comes all the way through, going to second. And the throw is a little bit too late. So Herrera makes it to second base. Very gutsy play. He saw the ball come through to the catcher, but a nice play by Gilliam to throw to second. Almost get him, but not quite. And that puts runners at second and third. Second and third, so it looks like Sebastian Kirchner also warming up for the Potters. They've got runners now at second and third, and Herrera with a solid single, and he ran it perfectly, but Gilliam made an excellent throw to second base and almost cut him down. Here's Garrity, who struck out twice and had an RBI single, so Tyler is 1 for 3. As Patrick Herrera really hit that ball hard to left field. 1 out for the Potters here in the 8th as they threaten again. That was hit number 9 for Lincoln. Blair's pitch is outside, blocked by Gilliam. 1 ball, no strikes on Tyler Garrity. Top of the order, Brandon Forrester on deck. Potters, that's all we're asking. Turn it over, get a couple of base runners. They got a walk and a single. And runners now at second and third. Fastball on the corner, call strike. Good-looking pitch from Blair at 86 miles an hour. Evens it up at 1-1. Tyler Garrity out of Seneca, California. University of Kansas, a 6-footer. Slightly open stance against Tyler Blair. The third pitcher today for the Crawdads. Garrity takes outside for a ball, 2-1. Jackson Flores started, went the first 2 1/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, and then White came in and did a good job giving up just 1 run over the next 3 2/3 innings. 2-1 now on Tyler Garrity. Takes high and inside, ball 3. So good eye by Tyler Garrity. Now he should get something he can hit here at a 3-1. Blair has thrown the off-speed pitch in some situations that would seem to call for a fastball, so you can't always count on that. Out of UC Berkeley, so he's pitched a lot at higher levels. You don't always throw the fastball. Here's the 3-1. That's outside, ball 4. He threw the fastball and wasn't close. And that loads the bases. So the Potters putting rally in place here. They've got the bases loaded, Brandon Forrester, and he's going to face a new pitcher as we are going to see a pitching change here by the Crawdads. Will step away. Bases loaded, bottom of the 8th. Potters trailing 8-4.
Hi, Bill Evans, president of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization, and we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Placer Valley Tourism. Our mission is to increase the health of the hotel industry through occupancy and average daily rate in Roseville, Rockland, and Lincoln. Proud partner of the Potters in the 2023 West Coast World Series Tournament from August 8th to 11th.
Being in the market for a new home comes with more than just buying a property. It is finding the right house in the right neighborhood in the right community. Since 2005, Lori, with Frey & Associates Real Estate, has lived and worked as a real estate broker in Lincoln. She is passionate about local organizations and volunteers with them as well.
She's knowledgeable, she knows, she asks a lot of questions, she gets things done.
We still learn a lot from Lori, and she's very helpful, very positive, and has been wonderful, wonderful broker.
We at Frey & Associates are your local hometown realtor, and we are here for you.
We are back in the bottom of the eighth inning. Potters have the bases loaded with one out. Brandon Forrester coming to the plate. He'll be facing Sean Fitzpatrick, the left-hander. The fourth pitcher for the Crawdads today, and here is Forrester. He is 1 for 4 with a single back in the second inning. Brandon at 385 coming in. 8-4 Crawdads. One out here. So the tying run is at the plate in the person of Brandon Forrester. He takes in there for a strike. 0-1. Chase Jans on deck. Forrester out of Fair Oaks, California, and Oregon State University. Facing Sean Fitzpatrick. Outside with a fastball at 88. Nice tailing fastball by Fitzpatrick, but too far outside, so it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Potters with activity in their bullpen. Kirshner and Martin have been down there throwing. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss by Forrester. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-handed hitter against the left-handed pitcher. Chase Jans to follow. Bases loaded. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. So Forrester is down on strikes. And that'll bring up Chase Jans with 2 outs. Chase has singled, struck out, and then grounded out twice. So he is 1 for 4. 6 runs batted in so far in the summer. Good time for a couple more right here as the Potters trail it by 4. See if we can get it to Nolan Wilson here. Fitzpatrick comes in, gets the strikeout, and now he's got Jans. Fastball outside. 88 miles an hour for Sean Fitzpatrick. 1 ball and no strikes, Chase Jans from Overland Park, Kansas, and the University of Kansas. Up here with a chance to do some damage for the Potters. 8-4 Crawdads. Swing and a miss. So the ball was probably a little bit outside. 1-1. He's got that tailing fastball, the left-hander to the right-handed hitters. And it was very effective right there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Odin, Herrera, Garrity at the plate. Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. 1-2. Luke Odin at third. Patrick Herrera is at second. Tyler Garrity is at first. One strike away now, Fitzpatrick, from getting his Crawdads out of this one. But Jans has one more chance to get the Potters just a little bit closer. Fouls it back to the backstop. 1 ball and 2 strikes still to Chase Jans. Nolan Wilson to follow. If Chase can keep it going here in the 8th, then that would mean the Potters had closed the gap just a little bit on the Crawdads. They've been chasing Walnut Creek all day since Walnut Creek put up 4 in the top of the first. Potters got it to 4-3. That's as close as they've gotten. Outside, 2-2. Fitzpatrick asking for a different baseball. The umpire, I think, very nicely cooperates and gives him one. And Jans is ready. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Outfield pretty much straight away and medium deep. Deep in center, not so much in right and left. 2-2 coming up from Fitzpatrick. Outside, ball 3. Living on that outside corner with the tailing fastball by the left-hander. So now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Everybody's moving. Everybody's grooving, baby. 3-2. 3-2 coming up. Popped up out of play, so Jans keeps the tension going just a little bit more. The University of Kansas center fielder, as the Potter runners were on the move, Auden, Herrera, and Garrity. Now they all have to go back to where they belong, and Chase will get another chance at Sean Fitzpatrick. Full count pitch coming up. Inside, ball 4. Jans gets the base on balls, gets the RBI. Potter's still with the bases loaded. Now it's 8-5, and now it's Nolan Wilson, who had a home run and 3 runs batted in the game, his first game, which was the second game of the doubleheader on Sunday. So Chase Jans waits out Fitzpatrick, and now here's Wilson, who singled, flied out, struck out, and grounded out. Right-hand hitting catcher from Roseville, California, University of Nevada, Reno, settles in. And it is 8-5 now in favor of the Crawdads. Wilson takes one right down the middle at 86. 0-1 on Nolan. Justin Olson on deck if he should get the opportunity, but it's all about Nolan Wilson right now. Outside, the tailing fastball misses. 1-1 on Nolan Wilson. Herrera at third. Garrity now at second. Over at first is Chase Jans. 1-1 coming up. Swing and a miss. Tailing fastball in the outside corner. That one was really close to that corner, though. Had to protect. And it is 1-2 on Nolan Wilson. Bases loaded for the Potters. 2 outs here in the 8th. 1-2 coming up from Fitzpatrick. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Pulled the string on that one. 1 run on 1 hit. We left 3. We go to the top of the 9th. It's the Crawdads 8 and the Potters 5.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team help us keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time. felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the ninth, Devin Martin is in to pitch for the Potters. The right-hander at a Sierra College in University of Nevada, Reno will face Matt King, Joey Donnelly, and Tyson Pointer. 4, 5, and 6 for the Walnut Creek Crawdads as the Potters put up 1 in the bottom of the 8th, but that's it, and they trail it 8-5. I was trying to find Devin Martin's stats, and I'm looking through all this stuff, and there's no Devin Martin. So, and I know he's pitched because I watched him a bunch of times. So he has just managed to somehow avoid. There he is. This is just his second appearance, an inning and 2/3 for Devin Martin. That is in conference play. So he is ready to go here in the top of the ninth. Big right-hander. Finishes up the tosses. Nolan Wilson throws it down to second base, and we're ready to go with Matt King, who has a double and a single and a couple of runs batted in and a couple of runs scored for the Crawdads in this one. Out of University of Texas at San Antonio, Matt King doubled and scored in the first inning and drove in a run, struck out in the third, walked and scored in the fifth, singled in a run in the sixth. First pitch is on the inside corner at 85 from Devin Martin for a strike. 0-1. Fastball misses outside, so it's 1-1 on Matt King, followed by Joey Donnelly, then Tyson Pointer here in the ninth. That's high and inside, 2-1. Two balls, one strike to Matt King, leading off the top of the ninth. Outside and low, 3-1. Potters have been plagued by free passes today. That's grounded foul down the first base line. The first base coach tried to make a very heroic stab at it and went right through his legs. So he's going to be assessed with an error, but good try anyway. He could have just let it go, but he made the effort. 3-2 on Matt King. 6 walks and 2 hit batters for Potters pitchers tonight. Make that 7 walks. That is inside to Matt King. He'll go down to first base with nobody out, and Joey Donnelly coming to the plate. He has singled, been hit by a pitch, walked, and struck out. So 1 for 2 for Donnelly. He has an RBI and has scored a run. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander Devin Martin. John Ockheyer started, then Gabe Maya, Logan Bell, Max Manning, Eric Vassar, and now Devin Martin. That one is inside. Just a speed pitch. Looked pretty good from Devin Martin, but just a little inside. 1 ball and no strikes on Donnelly. Left-handed hitter, slightly open stance. Joey Donnelly out of Alamo, California. There goes the runner. The pitch is high outside. The throw is a nice throw, but it's going to be a little bit too late. And it gets through and goes out into center field and moving all the way to third as Jansis throws on a bounce, and getting into third is Matt King. So he'll get credit for a stolen base. Throwing error for the Potters. That's their third error today. All 3 are throwing errors. And now King is over at third base with nobody out, and Donnelly with a 2-ball, no-strike count. Every time the Potters try to get close, the Crawdads get in position to pull them away. Potters score once in the 8th, and Crawdads have a runner at third with nobody out here in the 9th. Potters playing the infield in as that pitch is outside for a ball, 3-0. Summer League again, so probably a green light for Joey Donnelly. He takes a strike. 3-1. Potters with the infield in. They trail at 8-5. That's chopped foul back to the screen. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Like the Crawdads that don't not have anybody warm them up. Maybe they're going to leave that in the hands of Fitzpatrick, who came on in the 8th inning. Close that inning out. So 3-2 now on Joey Donnelly. Fouled out of play over the top, so it'll still be 3-2 when we come back to play. Matt King over at third base. Nobody out here in the 9th. Tyson Pointer to follow. And then Brian Duroff for the Crawdads. Outside, ball 4. So a couple of walks here in the 9th inning. Runners at first and third and nobody out. And Tyson Pointer, who has a double and a single in this one, 2 for 4. Sun-aided double way back in the first inning, then a single in the 5th. Pointer out of UTA, University of Texas at Arlington. Right-handed hitting right fielder. First pitch is high and outside from Devin Martin. And Nolan Wilson's going to ask for permission to go out and talk as the Potters now warming up another right-hander. It might be Sebastian Kirshner out there. He was throwing earlier in the game. As Wilson goes out to talk to Devin Martin. Quite a prolonged conversation. The umpire's like, it's the 9th inning. Can we move it on? And that's exactly what we're going to do. As Nolan comes back behind the plate. Potters still up at the corners, but now they're playing double play depth in the middle of the infield. That's a fastball in there for a strike at 87 from Devin Martin. 1 ball and 1 strike. Brian Duroff coming up next for the Crawdads, the designated hitter. There goes the runner from first, swing and a miss, and they're going to throw down to second base. Not in time. The runner at third holds up. So now second and third, and a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Tyson Pointer. Infield comes back in. Everywhere at short. Now here comes Brandon Forrester as well at shortstop. Auden at second, Olsen at first, and Herrera at third. 1-2 pitch. Fastball, call strike 3. Martin gets Pointer on strikes, and Tyson's taking his time. He did not agree with that. He will eventually get back to the dugout and make room for Brian Duroff, who was 0 for 3 but has 2 runs batted in this one. Brian out of Danville, California. Had a great year for Chabot Community College this past season. Not really decided where he's going to go next year yet. Martin's first pitch, breaking ball, misses the outside corner. 1 ball, no strikes on Duroff. Sam Gilliam, the catcher, on deck. Crawdads lead it 8-5. They've got runners at second and third, but now 1 out here in the 9th. Duroff swings and misses. 1-1. Potters will have 4, 5, and 6. Olsen, Higdon, and Chamiso. But they need to keep it as close as possible here as they trail by 3. 1-1 pitch. He got the outside corner with the off-speed pitch. 1-2. Duroff did not agree. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Evan Martin from the stretch, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, the ball in the dirt. They're going to have to throw to first to get him out. And here comes the runner from third to try to score, and he will score ahead of Olsen's return throw. So Duroff strikes out, but when the throw went down to first, Matt King alertly scores. Going to third is Donnelly, and the Crawdads get the run even though the batter strikes out. And it is now 9-5 in favor of Walnut Creek, and here is Sam Gilliam, the catcher. Donnelly moves to third on that play. Ball was in the dirt, the swing and a miss by Duroff. Good block by Wilson, but he had to gun it down to first. That ball's hit high in the air to left field, and Garrity's underneath it. Now he moves in a couple of steps and makes the catch for the out. 1 run on no hits, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. It's the Crawdads 9, the Potters 5.
Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Bottom of the 9th, Crawdads lead this one 9-5. Potters last chance with Justin Olson, Ben Higdon, and Zach Chamiso. 3 left-handed hitters against the left-hander Sean Fitzpatrick. The 4th pitcher for Walnut Creek. Flora started, then Jack White, Tyler Blair, and now Sean Fitzpatrick, who came on in the 8th inning, and he will try to close this one out as Olson with a 2-for-4 night comes up. Like we might have a pinch hitter here for Justin Olson, a right-handed hitter coming up to bat instead of Justin Olson. Looks like Cade Sanchez will be the hitter. Sanchez going to hit for Olson here to start off the 9th inning. Strictly a righty for lefty maneuver here. Sanchez, one of the top Potters hitters on the season. Steps in here against Sean Fitzpatrick. Out of Houston, Texas, Cade Sanchez. First pitch is on the outside corner at 85 for a strike from Sean Fitzpatrick. He's the left-hander with a tailing fastball against the right-handed hitters. It's been successful so far in this one. And he is 0-1 on Cade Sanchez. That's fouled away. That one was kind of on the inside, and Cade inside-outed it back to the screen, so it's quickly 0-2 on Sanchez. Ben Higdon on deck. He's got a couple of home runs tonight, but they haven't been enough as the Potters trail at 9-5. Swing and a miss. Another tailing fastball by Fitzpatrick. Took a little bit off that one. So that's 3 strikeouts for Fitzpatrick, and he will face Ben Higdon, who was hit a sacrifice fly, homered, and then popped up. So Higdon at 2 for 3 in this one. He has 2 runs scored, 3 runs driven in. And he settles in against Fitzpatrick, left-hander against left-hander, with Chase Weisenborn on deck to bat for Chamiso. Breaking ball ducks out of the way, so it's 0-1. And 1. Higdon hits a broken bat as a little nubber, picked up by the pitcher, throws to first and gets him by a step. What a play by Sean Fitzpatrick. He got off the mound quickly and gunned it to first to get Higdon by a step. So 2 outs, and that'll bring up a pinch hitter. It's Chase Weisenborn out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, and the University of New Mexico. So with 2 outs here in the ninth, Weisenborn trying to keep it going for the Potters. Fastball misses outside. Luke Auden on deck. In case he does. One and 0 to Chase Weisenborn. Fastball's in there for a strike. 1-1. One ball, one strike on Chase. He fouls that one back to the screen, so the Potters down to their last strike as it is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Chase Weisenborn, the pinch hitter, here in the ninth inning. 13 strikeouts, looks like 13 strikeouts for the Crawdads pitchers so far tonight. Here's the 1-2. Popped up, and hopefully he'll get out of play, giving Chase as the catcher. He goes up against the screen, Sam Gilliam, and can't get it. A heroic effort to be sure, but a few to 1, so it's still 1-2 to Chase Weisenborn. Still 1-2 on Chase Weisenborn. Fitzpatrick's been very effective here. Breaking ball just misses. Just misses that outside corner. Broke in a little bit too late, so Weisenborn's still alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, hoping he gets a chance. Outside, ball 3. Good eye by Chase Weisenborn, and that's the area that Fitzpatrick likes to work to the right-handed hitters. And it is a full count now on Chase. From the stretch, Fitzpatrick inside. And he'll take first base. A good at-bat by Chase as he got the count to 1-2 and worked it all the way and got the base on ball. So he's down at first base, and here's Luke Auden, who was walked 3 times and flied to right in his Potters debut out of Scottsdale, Arizona, and Georgia Southern University. Here's Luke Auden again. He walked in the 2nd and the 3rd and the 8th, flied to right back in the 5th. Patrick Herrera on deck. Takes it right down the middle for a strike. 86 miles an hour from Sean Fitzpatrick. The 4th pitcher for the Crawdads as they try to go to 6-3 in CCL play and drop the Potters down to 7-6. Fouls it out of play, so we're down to that last strike again on that 0-2 against Sean Fitzpatrick.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Crawdads looking to continue and extend their 3-game CCL win streak to 4. Sean Fitzpatrick
0-2. Fastball, call, strike 3, inside corner, and that's the ball game. Sean Fitzpatrick shuts it down with a single runner here in the 9th. Final score, Crawdads 9 and the Potters 5. And the Crawdads got 4 runs in the top of the 1st inning, and that pretty much set the stage. The Potters got to within 4-3, but then in the 5th inning, 2 more for the Crawdads. Potters scored again in the 5th, so it was 6-4, and then 2 more in the 6th and 1 more in the 9th offset the Potters, who scored 1 in the 8th. The star of the game, couple of stars for the game for the Crawdads, but the real player of the game is Jack White, who came on in relief in the 3rd inning, went 3 2/3 innings, just 2 hits, 1 run allowed, and struck out 7, and he got the win for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. So the Crawdads improved to 6-3 in conference play. The Potters fall to 7-6. Potters have a couple of non-league games now. We remind you that on Thursday we're back here at 6:35 for the Potters against the Merchants. That's a Thirsty Thursday. Friday and Saturday we take on the West Coast Kings, 6:35. Aloha Friday on Friday and Piper's Birthday on Saturday. So get your tickets and come out and watch. We thank you for watching on Stones Radio Networks and Lincoln Potters Baseball. And until Thursday, we say thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Stones Radio Networks.